Hey, cuties. How are you guys? I am trying to. Let me see. Is this the one? Let me try this one. Hold on, guys. I'm coming. I promise I am. Hey, Gwendolyn from the ATL. All right. I'm going to have to try to do this another time. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this at another time. But hey, y'all. I missed you guys. Hey, sis. Thanks for modding, sis. Well, let me look on my desktop. I'm looking at my phone. Are you? I don't see your mod stick, sis. What's going on? Hold on. Let me see what it do here. That's weird. Hold on, sis. Hold on, guys. Let me see. That's weird. I just how did you get removed? Didn't I have? It should be back, sis. Put something else. That is weird. Okay, it's back now. Hey, Tyra. Shout out to the cutie mods. I'm going to have to go into my settings. Matter of fact, I'm doing it right now. Hold on. I don't know how that happened. I promise you I don't. But you are back. Yes, you are back. Let me get out of these settings. All right. Yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop. Like, now what's up with my girl now? That's my sis. Okay? But thank you to Pink Table Topics as well as Tyra Modding for your girl today. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to pause real quick. For those of you that are watching, if you can please say happy birthday in advance to Pink Diva, also known as Pink Table Topics. Her birthday is tomorrow. And sis, I appreciate you coming in. I know you probably got some last minute things, or maybe not. But I know that you'll be gone for the weekend. So you're going to miss our cutie crew, but we'll do something special next week for the members only live as well. But happy birthday, sis. All right, I'm going to say some hellos. All right, I have to drop it in the chat. Ooh, I'm moving in slow motion. Do you hear me? It's been rough. Okay. Happy birthday. Happy birthday again, sis. Let me scroll up and say some hellos. For those of you that are joining me, thank you so very much. I feel rusty. When was the last time I was live? I think I had a power hour a couple days ago, but I have not been myself, okay? But thank you guys again for joining me. If you can please hit the like button on your way in, I would appreciate it. We have 177 people that are currently watching. We will get into some hot topics as well as some Huntsville happenings. So yes, I appreciate each and every one of you. Hello, Lady D Keys. Hey, Linda Gamble. Hey, Texas Belle. Shout out to the cutie crew. Hey, Lois. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Angela Richardson. Neva P. Hey, Neva P. How are you? Let's see. Neva S in the house. Deborah Jackson. is representing. Linda Gamble is in the building. Yes, ma'am. Demita Joe, how are you? So good to see all of you guys. It really is. Hey, Gloria. I think I got you, Gloria. I'm seeing things. But hello, hello, hello. Hey, Ann, how are you? Teresa, did I get you? Hello. I think I did. Hey, Bevy. Hello. There's my sis with the mod stick. What the heck was going on? Crimson Attitude 1913 represent. Hello. Thanks for joining me. The fabulous Linda Greer is in the building. Hey, Linda. Hey, Crochet and Music. Hey, Too Blessed for You. Hey, Sherry Gibson. Hello, hello. Okay, Siri, no. And I just got a notification. I am supposed to be en route to go see Beyonce's Renaissance film, paid in advance, and I can't do it. I think I'm gonna go early Saturday. Hey, Miss Lady, good evening. Z Frenchie. Hey, Z Frenchie. Hey, Monica Taylor. Monica, I think I got you, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Hey, Cheryl Canada. Good evening. Hey, Jacqueline from Maryland. You know what? I saw Black Titanic was live. I'm gonna have to check it out when I get off. I saw she was live while I was working, and I was actually going into a meeting. Yeah, Black Titanic ain't playing, okay? Black Titanic say she ain't never scared. So I'm gonna go back and watch that. Hey, Butterfly Kisses. Let's see. Kim Jones at Thea. Hello. Let's be clear is in the building. Let's be clear. I hope you're feeling better. I am. I'm still not 100%. Hey, Veronica Monroe. And I'll have to tell the cutie crew tomorrow a little tidbit about me being sick and how I feel like my mom, may she rest in peace, led me to urgent care this past Monday. So I will tell you guys about that during members only tomorrow. Yeah, I was out here real bad. Okay. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Judy. Hello, Gloria. Hey, Karen. All right, we're getting down to the bottom. 231 people watching. Thank you guys so much. Jackie Johnson in the building. Hey, Jackie Johnson. Good evening, Miss Linda 2021. Yes, sis, I see it. I don't know what's up with that child. MC Geechee, hello. Pamela Johnson. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Miss Tina. All right, I think I'm down to the bottom. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Basham. Hi, S. White. How are you? Somebody's mama is in the building. All right, we getting down. I think I got everybody. If I LaDawn. Hey, LaDawn. What's up, sis? I hope you got my message. But I'm glad to see you back. Matter of fact, I'm so glad because I was waiting to see you, LaDawn, with your membership. There's a couple LaDawn Calhouns. Let me find you on my phone because I told you I was going to mod you up as well. Give me a second, guys. Where are you on my phone, LaDawn? Okay, I guess I'll have to find. Oh, here you are. There you go. And There you go. Thank you for calling me the other day too, LaDon. Now, I don't know what was going on with Instagram. I don't know if it was a glitch, but when I tell you at least 10 people tried to video chat me the other day, a lot of them I didn't even know that is now disabled. But LaDon did. LaDon, you did while I was driving and when I got out of urgent care. But thank you for reaching out because you know I was looking for you. Okay. Hey Judy, Kim Jones, phenomenal woman. Let's see. I think I am back up. Monica Taylor, Tawana, hey sis. The beautiful VIPT Flame. Okay, I think I may have. Sandra, did I say hello to you? I think so. Janetta Boyd. Hello, hello. All right. I am blessed. Pecan Pam. Okay, I'm scrolling and we almost at the bottom. We got VG. We got Ann Green. We got Tonette and Vonzel, Honesty, and Michelle Frazier. All right. Is that the end? That's the end here, child, but not here. Lord, I'm going to say hello to a couple more people. Tyler and Ty Moms, G Mom is in the house. Bridget J, Tanisha, Astute Queen B, Faults, Irene, VG, Jertina, Phyllis Crawford, Leah's grandma. Okay. Again, thank you guys so very much for joining me for this Thursday evening live. Slight little power hour-ish. We may have an open panel if we don't. I don't think I'm gonna go too long. But as I mentioned, I wanted to come to you guys to bring you some hot topics as well as some Huntsville happenings. Now, before I even get started and before I get there, let me say shout out to T Talk with your girl. I don't know if T Talk is in the chat, but I will be discussing T Talk a little bit later in this live. Hey, True Wisdom. It's simply beautiful to love and marriage Huntsville historian in here. If so, hey, let me say this. Excuse me. Every time I see like old episodes, it makes me want to take it back. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do something with that because it's a lot. Shout out to the Facebook groups. I forgot the girl's name, but she's been posting a lot of the clips. One of them is when Mel and Martell were just on 10, okay? Talking about Marceau and Tisha. I'm sure you guys remember that scene when Martell called him fat boy, hips. Kind of made me sad that Martell messed up so much because they could have been a hell of a team on this show, but we'll get to that because he made me sad about something else too. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much. 287 people joining me. If you did not hit the like button, please go ahead and hit that like. Now, as far as hot topics, let me put this up first. I am going to be sharing a couple things from Instagram. Just some hot topics. We know that T.I. and Tiny and the crew has been, a hot topic. Also, Diddy is still a hot topic. It's a lot more that I'm not going to get into today, but I am going to touch on a couple. Now, I ran across a post earlier today, and it was a repost. It was from Tasha K. She didn't make the post, but she reposted somebody's post. And that post stated, this person, I guess they are on, that looks like Facebook. I believe that's Facebook. Yeah, it is. The way you can see the how they share the statuses or whatever. But anyway, this person put, I just got word from a reputable source. King was told his biological father is some guy named Bimmy. And that's why he said Tip's history is a mystery. And that's it all cap. And that it's all cap. Somebody called Maury. Not sure why they put Lauren London. We want to hear Clifford's version. Now, I didn't believe this. I can be honest. I did see somebody say something like this on Twitter, but Tiny came out, and this is when this is what I feel like. If you got kids that's going through some things, and obviously King is going through some things, I think they should be not in this case. Let's not even make it worse by saying something like that. So I didn't bring it up. But anyway, Tiny came out and said, that is not the case. So let me make sure, which one is this? Tiny is pissed. And even though Tasha reposted it, them Harrises got some long money. Yeah, Texas Bell. Dog it. What did I do? I didn't mean to share this again. Yeah, he know. T.I. know. Um, Tiny know. And it was in poor taste to me. But let me read you guys what Tiny came out and said. And let me make sure that it is sharing. But why post this, Tasha? Getting ready to be put in a head choke, Tasha. Thanks. Hey, Jeffries, Anitra. Not a headlock, things. But anyway, Tiny came out and spoke up. And she said, quit playing with my family for clickbait. I've had about enough. Somebody responded to her, and this is courtesy of the Neighborhood Talk. You guys provide the content, Mrs. Harris. Tiny said, no, Molly. They've taken an honest family moment and added all type of BS onto it, as they always do, to get views on their lackluster platforms. Now, I hope that T.I. ain't caught wind of this, because, child, I posted that video earlier of T.I. Hold on, guys. Let me close this front door. I got my dogs listening and looking out the screen door and some kids out there. Hold on. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, trending. Hey, little sis. I caught parts of your video with Ernesto and what's his name, Dre. I think I saw that yesterday. Dre don't play, but I got to go back and finish looking at yours. I think you came on right when I was getting off of work. I don't know, but thanks for joining me, trending. But anyway, um, I hope T.I. don't catch wind of what Tasha K said, because if you guys watched that video I posted earlier, T.I. ain't playing, okay? He's standing on business for real. Bimmy is is that Dab's brother? Yeah, I know that's Walker's mom. That's her brother. Oh wow. Based off the picture that was on Tasha K's post, I can see the resemblance. I can. Oh, well, yeah, Tiny not having it. T.I., Lord, I hope he don't say nothing to Tasha K. It is what it is, but I think that, obviously the young man, King, and I felt like he was totally disrespectful. With what happened. Hey, SKR, with what happened with he and T.I., because that's still his daddy. So the exchange alone was a little crazy to me, because you would have thought that King was talking to one of his friends. But obviously, King is going through some things, and I wouldn't. I don't know. So yeah, I only brought it up because I saw Tiny's response, and I'm glad that she came out and said something. Now let's go ahead real quick, guys, and get into this Diddy stuff. Diddy got folks' YouTube pages and Instagram pages and everything else disappearing. Before I do that though, I want to read some of you all's comments with what you had to say about Tiny and Ti. Let's see. Seems their bad always overshadow the good that they do. Kim, you're speaking of Tiny and Ti. I saw another interesting video on Ti yesterday. Girl standing on business. Okay, you gotta say business trending, BID-ness. Well, T.I. got pulled over by a Georgia State trooper. He was flying. He definitely could have had an accident. I don't remember what YouTube page that I was looking at, but child, he blamed everything on Tiny. He said that they had been arguing in the car and he just wanted to hurry up and get home so he can go to his space and she can go to hers. Um, it was a pretty long video too, probably about 45 minutes. If I find it, I will um share it on the community wall. Melanated, yay, melanated energy. Hey TK. All right, I'm trying to see if I see any comments about this Tiny and Ti stuff. Um, who you too cute? The former bodyguard created a new IG account. Let me know. Yeah, because this was the real Roger Bonds. And as you guys can see on the screen, his page had disappeared, was gone. And even if he has created a new one, what happened to the old one? Who's responsible? I think we all know. I got an idea. SKR, you say King is bold enough to go to that man, Bimmy. Oh Lord. I hope it don't get to that. I hope it don't get to that. You know, sort of reminds me of what Messy Earth Wanda was doing when it comes to Martell. And when she was doing all that talking. And Martell knew that Sugar Mama was his baby. Mel knew that Sugar Mama was her baby and his baby as well. And all that wasn't even necessary. Yes, Jeffrey's Anitra. Not only that, he's been removed or stepped down, I should say, from a couple positions. So we'll have to go over that at another time, but the downfall is still happening. So yeah, I'll have a live dedicated to all of this that's come out. There is an alleged payout to Misa. There is some type of Misa, which is his first baby mama. There is Justin's mother, excuse me. There is some strain, allegedly, in the relationship with Justin. And then, based off all this stuff that's come out, they're saying that, this was, and I got it in my DM, that there's some strain with all of the kids when it comes to their daddy. So I don't know how much he's been able to shield the twins. They are of age, they are on TikTok, and this is all over TikTok and everywhere else. So, absolutely, Jacqueline. Absolutely. hmm I could tell you whose page is going to be next. Hey, Prosperity. It's a guy on YouTube, Target. He's been interviewing the bodyguard. Now, let me say this first before I get off of Roger. Roger has come out and basically said Cassie was not lying, that he saw Diddy beat Cassie, and more people, as you guys can see the title of Neighborhood Talk. Multiple people, okay? This is the guy that also has a son that's been locked up for over a decade in Africa And Roger is upset because he does not feel like Diddy has done enough to assist with getting his son released. And he's been feeling some type of way. I also think that the other bodyguard named Gene has been spilling all the tea. Gene has been giving interviews to, is the YouTube page Art of Dialogue? Maybe it's Art of Dialogue. Well, Gene has been spilling the beans since all of this news broke with Cassie. According to Gene, Diddy broke Kim Porter's nose while they were on a yacht because he found out that Kim Porter had started dating somebody else. According to Gene, Diddy beat Misa Hilton so bad that she crawled up under a car. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Now, that he got to them too. I think he may have gotten to them financially. Payoff. Yeah, they really quiet. But yeah, Art of Dialogue, I believe. I'll also share the link to that guy's YouTube page where you guys can see Gene, the bodyguard, that's been talking, okay, big time. He even spoke on Gloria Velez. Now you guys know that Gloria Velez is Aaron Hall's baby mama who started dating him at 16. Well, Jean came out and said that Gloria admitted that she lied. She was at a club in California and she lied to get in there as far as her age. That's where Aaron met her. It was a 21 and up club, and he, I guess, was trying to say that Aaron initially assumed that she was over 21. But he also said that Aaron wanted to take Gloria to Jamaica, and Gloria did not have a passport while they were at the airport. And they then said that somebody would have to sign for her because she was 16, and Aaron Hall is the one that signed for her. So even if he initially thought that she was over 21, he later learned that she was 16, and he still kept messing with her. So it's a lot of freaks, okay? In this industry, we have not seen the last when it comes to Diddy. And like I said, I got a lot of stuff saved up what we'll discuss again. I also have a Married to Medicine discussion that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but we'll do that on another day. But let me read a couple comments. Hey, Veronica, you put the bodyguard did not stop the beat down. He turned a blind eye. Now that I can agree with. And that comes to Roger and Gene. Okay. That comes to the both of them. Now, I must say though, Veronica, and I'm not trying to give anybody an excuse because I feel the same way. Um, but they are saying that Diddy had instilled so much fear in everybody. Hey, Megan. Hey, Sonny James. Diddy had everybody scared of him basically. And the bodyguards were allegedly scared too. Roger is mad. Okay, prosperity. Roger uses mad, but Hugh soon it's in jail because he did. Okay, prosperity. Type that again for me, child. I can't tell. I believe that you were saying Roger is mad because his son is in jail because he did what he is convicted of. I believe that's what you're saying, prosperity. But yeah, it's a mess when it comes to Diddy. And I need to know if you guys think, I know we've been talking about it. Do you guys think that he will ever be able to come back? Is there a day that Diddy will be in the standings where he was? He won't for me. I'm sorry. Settling on something like that is a mess. So, we shall see. But let's get into, I'm going to just call her Simone Redwine. I know you guys remember her. The one that had a fit that Melody Cherie, Dr. Melody Cherie, was crowned Dr. Melody Cherie. You guys don't remember? I'm sure you guys remember her. Oh, y'all saying a no to Diddy. Right. Absolutely not. It's a done deal. Well, Trending Child, I gotta give Simone credit for how she broke this down, and that's it. Okay, not your keypad illiterate child. I don't think so. There's too much incriminating information being shared. Absolutely. And I'm sorry, that settling, that did it. What a fool he was. I'm glad that it came out, and I'm going to get to Dr. Simone next. I'm glad that it came out, but his arrogance and his ego is what made him not settle in advance. And I know he's kicking his own arse, okay? As he should. Because he could have settled, but he called Cassie's bluff. And she went ahead and did what she had to do. Had he settled, we probably wouldn't have heard about this, about any of this. Even the other people that went at the final hour and filed their suits, they didn't have the high-powered attorneys behind them like Cassie. So, their names probably would have been in the number. You know what I mean? In the number. Yeah, Teresa, but Trump is clear. Trump is clear. I think it's a little different. But I feel you. He settled because of the other board members, as far as stepping down, Mick, or he settled because of them. Well, let's listen to Simone Redwine. Let's listen to Simone Redwine and what she had to say about this. And I feel some type of way. First of all, Simone, I don't know who doing the makeup, sis, but it's too much bronzer. It's too much bronzer. And she's not an ugly girl at all. It's too much bronzer. Same prosperity. That's it. That's all, child. That's it. That's all. So let's go ahead and take a listen. 461 people watching. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And please hit the like button. A refresher for those in the chat again. Dr. Oh, child. Well, she is a doctor. Let me quit being petty. Dr. Simone Redwine got mad because Dr. Melody Cherie, was termed that, got a doctorate, honored or whatever, as a, what, you guys know what I'm trying to say, had a fit. Do you hear me? Came out here damn near crying, okay? But when it comes to this, she made complete sense. So she is breaking down how Diddy's SA lawsuits also targeted his businesses. So take a listen.
Sue just Diddy. They sued his corporations.
They sure did.
And they sued his corporations and sued in her capacity as an employee. When you do that, it triggers commercial liability insurance. Yeah. And it triggers another policy called directors and officers. Okay. And we know he's a director of these companies as the CEO. So now you got two policies. What happens then is it takes away Puffy's ability to settle. It's not his choice no more.
So it's no longer personal accountability. It's his organization.
It's his organization. And it's no different than like if you hit somebody with your car. Mm-hmm. Let's say you have State Farm. Mm-hmm. State Farm gets to decide to settle, not you. You could say, I didn't run the stop sign. That's not true. They're lying. If State Farm says, we don't care, we did our investigation, we're settling. That's it. That's what happened here. So because they added those claims, the corporate insurance carrier got to say, read over and say, oh, hell no, we giving her the money.
We're hearing you. Diddy's public reputation is done.
It's done.
Yeah.
And if he wants to be able to leave anything to his children, he needs to walk away from all of these corporations.
Damn, he can no longer be the head of his corporations.
Well, remember, didn't I say directors and officers liability?
Yeah.
More than likely, what will happen is those insurance companies, they have the ability to say, we won't renew your policy if he continues to be a director or officer. They didn't sue just Diddy. They sued his corporation.
All right. What do you guys think about that? I thought it was an excellent breakdown. And, I don't care for Simone too much at all. But I thought that she broke that down perfectly. Perfectly. I agree, Candy, that he would be hard to insure going forward. Okay, what's going on with my desktop? Hold on, guys. Okay. You believe that Diddy had too many enemies? Yes, Sonny. She broke that down. At Simply GE. Hello, hello. Yeah, she was Texas Belle. She was mad at Mel Chow. I don't know who doing it, but baby, it was a bit much. It was a bit much. Not a bad IG Snapchat filter. Lord have mercy. But do you guys agree with what she said? Do you think that she broke it down? I do. I really do. And it made a lot of sense, especially when she mentioned State Farm or any insurance company. If we, knock on wood, go out here and get into an accident, the insurance companies settle or not us. What you say, Anthony? Hey, I'm sitting in the corner waiting to see if Miami, baby, we all been waiting, okay? What's up, bro? We all have been waiting. She been mighty quiet. Mighty quiet. Now, she was just frantic a couple weeks ago, being a little young thing on his arm. And now she's quiet. Not only that, Anthony, I'm wondering if her show will continue. How does she continue, Carisha, please? Even though Revolt is still going on, how does she continue that show? I think that, she had a live audience before, and a lot of people going to have some questions for her. It was already alleged that the man used to sprinkle on her. You guys know what I'm talking about, golden shower and all that type of mess. Had the little baby on her. So yeah, we waiting, bro. To see what's gonna go on with that. Now go back to Ready to Love and Make a Better Choice. All right. She sounded like a lawyer. She did. She really did, Kim. I have to give her credit. She broke that down perfectly. Sadly, in our community, we forget and forgive quickly. After going away for a little from the public, there will be some that will give Diddy another chance. I'm not doubting that, but what I am doubting, hey, Cookie from the Shy, what I am doubting is if Diddy would be welcome at, let's say, the Grammys, the Oscars, all these big time awards shows that he was normally welcome at. I don't see it. I don't, but like you say, a lot of times they do forgive and forget. We shall see. When you settle for SA, to me, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. No, I'm about to talk about her. Carisha has a lot. She prosperity girl, your keyboard is illiterate. What you say now? No, I'm about to talk about her. Carisha has a lot. She is about to something as well. I don't know. Did they, sis? Okay, thank you for that. So sis say that the Grammys already removed his invite. Yeah. Now, before we get on to the Huntsville happenings, are you guys able to separate the music from the artist? put you in the mind of R. Kelly. Are you able to separate the music from the artist? Will you continue to listen to Diddy's songs or anybody under the bad boy tree? Um, can you guys separate? Now, I'm gonna say this. Already removed from Carisha, please. Josie? I'm gonna have to look that up. Anthony, you say I think his career is over. The largest audience is women. He would be a liability. Totally agree. Now, I haven't been stopped up in 2 days, and I'm not stopped up, but woo child, this flu is something else. I agree, Anthony. I really, really do. I do think that he will continue to make money behind the scenes, but as far as him being out and about doing his little diddy bop and all of that, I think it's a wrap. All right, sis, you say you never liked his music. True Wisdom say you never liked it. Either Tyra, Veronica, you can separate. I can separate as well. Yes, Revolt did remove him. Mm-hmm. I can definitely separate the music, but I must admit, when it comes to R. Kelly, yes, Anthony, a silent partner. And that's where he better stay, a silent partner. Um, when it comes to R. Kelly, I can separate some of his music. But like age ain't nothing but a number. When he was with Aaliyah and all that, I can't listen to that. It's a lot of them that I can't. Or Seems Like You're Ready. That used to be my cut. I'm from the Chi. So, but some of them where you can sort of imagine that he possibly was talking about, you know, underage girls, I can't do it. But like Step in the Name of Love and all that, child, I'm playing it, okay? Baby, if I stopped listening to music Diddy made or had in, I wouldn't listen to music anymore. Yeah. Hey, Juan Davis. All right, so a lot of people didn't listen. Now, not only am I saying to Diddy's music, but also his artists. Mary J. Blige. Mary may be under somebody else now, though. Now that I'm thinking about it. Um, Biggie, Lil Kim, all of them was under his tree. So for me, that's hard. That's around my time, my era, all of that, coming up and, some classics. You'll send the video on IG. Okay, send it to me, Josie. More money's more problem. Yes. Some of them is just he do got some bops. Now, Mac, they've been saying something about Clive as well. I'm not gonna say what they said about Clive right now. We'll do a Diddy live. There is possible information on Farnsworth. You guys know we were asking. Farnsworth was the umbrella carrier, and I'm sure Farnsworth had to see or hear something. Well, there's some stuff that came out about Farnsworth as well. It's all alleged, but you know. In time, everyone that once attended his parties will. You think so? I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get to this Huntsville Happ'Nins. It's some nutcases out here, and I'm not even gonna share their video because it was so graphic and just dumb. Cameron, the artist, rapper from New York, as well as Mace. You guys know Mace was under Diddy as well. Well, they have a podcast, and they just came out the other day talking about them with a woman in this climate. So the both of them with one woman, and they were very graphic in their description of what they did to this woman. Although they're trying to say that it was consensual or whatever the case may be, it's like read the room. Can you not read the room? There's no way in the world, if all of this stuff was going on, that I would come out here and say anything like that. So that was on one of those sites, Neighborhood Talk or Hollywood Unlocked. If you guys want to go search and see what I'm talking about, it was disgusting. Disgusting, disgusting. Who didn't think, prosperity? Prosperity. Now, I'm going to tell you this. At the time, hey, Shay yes, yes, yes. Prosperity, at the time, I didn't think anything of it. You know, I thought that, like, as with any other person with a lot of money, they have butlers and people that do things like that. So I just took it as a flex, really, that Diddy had Farnsworth, that if it's raining, Farnsworth gonna pull out that umbrella and do what he had to do. That wasn't what I thought with what's going around at all. At all. You don't think his career is over? Yeah, well, I think everything is going to be behind the scenes. Yeah. I just don't see him being able to come out here and conduct himself in the manner. Why is this like this? In the manner that he has in the past. You know, Diddy is all up in the video, like Suge Knight said. He's out and about, he's everywhere, you know, very personable and all of that. I don't see that. I don't see that. Candy, you put my heart breaks for Diddy's twins, Christian and Quincy. There's so much speculation regarding Kim's passing. You know, they are hearing things allegedly. I agree. I agree. And you know, a lot of people have been having their eyes on their Instagram pages. It's very sad because this news came out a day after Kim's anniversary of her passing. You know, so the kids, the older ones, their kids to me, they couldn't even grieve their mom in peace with all of this. And with these bodyguards and people that were close, had close contact with their mom as well as Diddy, with them coming out and talking, you know, I think that that may be what make those kids start to question their dad. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get into a little more of that when I get to the part about Martell. Diddy got a lot of explaining to do when it comes to his children. And, you know, I don't think that the lifestyle that he provides will be something that they're going to hold on to. You know, naturally, daddy is rich. We live like this. Daddy is providing us with this. We go here, we go there. Yeah. Well, Anthony, they're saying that the former security guard didn't deactivate. They're saying that his page was snatched. They're saying that it was snatched, like somebody had it snatched down because he was talking too much. So not sure. But yeah, he gonna have a whole lot of explaining to do. And yeah, that's terrible, especially when it comes to their mother. I said this before, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. I don't know if I want to go as far as to saying that I felt like Diddy did something, even though they were talking about things back then. But I did feel like her death was suspicious to me. Then a lot of us reasoned with it because that was right before the big C hit in 2020. So, you know, I think she passed in November. So a lot of people saying, well, maybe she had it and didn't know. And you guys know at the time when the big C hit, people were passing away left and right. So yeah, we'll keep our eye out on it and see what's going on. But let's go ahead and get into some Huntsville happenings. I'm gonna start this off with something fun. I thought it was cute, and I'm sure a lot of you guys may have seen it, but maybe a lot of you did not. But the Fletchers took part in a TikTok challenge, and I thought it was very cute, and I loved it for another reason, which I will discuss. But they uploaded this video. You guys take a look, and then I'll tell you what I like so much about it. Oh, caught in a bad romance. Oh, caught in a bad romance. Oh, caught in a bad romance.
Caught in the bad romance. Caught in a bad romance.
All right. Now it ended quickly, and everybody was like, wait a minute now, what happened to Chris? And Chris Fletcher removed his part. Removed his part. But what I really, really liked about this, guys, if you guys don't know, that's Lexi. That is Lexi. And when we watched the episode, a lot of us was, upset a little bit as far as Lexi's complaints and all of that. And it's been a topic of discussion. I told you guys then that I hope that they were able to work out, whatever that was going on. So I was happy to see the whole family. We saw Chris and little Chris sitting down, and little Chris said he hadn't even been over there to see his mama. So it looks like the whole family was there. And who started it off, Lois? This is Lexi right here. And she had a beautiful, beautiful voice. But yeah, I was just happy to see that, because I didn't want reality TV, especially to play a part in, whatever drama that they had. And Lexi that's not Lexi. You guys tell me, that's Lance's wife? Are you guys sure? OMG, now I could have sworn I saw somebody in the comments saying that was Lexi. Are you guys sure? Which one is Lexi? Hold on. Is that her behind Lance? Sounded very good. Queen Sheba is the one that asked which one is Lexi. Hold on. She is wearing the pale green top. She sang really good. That's Lexi, guys. That's not Lexi. Hold on. All right, a couple other people saying, I don't think she's there. Hold on, let me see. Oh, Lord. Did I get my hopes up half or nothing? She probably wasn't invited. Girl, they don't like her. She got a different mama. She's sitting behind Lance, I think, somewhere blocking everybody's phone. Oh, God. Hold on. Let me see if anybody else said that, because the ones that I saw, they said that was Lexi. Now, I would need to, that's not her. This isn't her, Lois, or this one. Dog it. Let me bring up real quick on my phone, because I got Lexi's pictures when she was going off on her daddy. Hold on. I'm scanning right now, and here it is. Oh, that may not be Lexi. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I don't know. I'm going to have to send this picture to myself, email it to myself. Who else in here? Nell said she wasn't there. Okay, African Goddess, you're the only one I see that's putting that. Anybody else? Prosperity say you thought that was her as well. All right. Now, she had braids on during that episode. Let me send this real quick, and I'll download it real quick. But I could have sworn this was her. Neil responded to comments. Okay, Melanated Fitness said the same thing. My bad. So I got my hopes up high for nothing. I was so happy with the person that I thought was Lexi. But yeah, now this makes me, it's putting me back in the same spot that she is on the outside looking in. And I was just about to say that Lexi did make a post on Facebook where she commented just last week and said that she will be telling her story. So I thought, with Thanksgiving coming around, that some things have changed. But I guess not. Oh, well, bummer, bummer, bummer. Hey, Hannah Grace. Well, I did not see her child, Hannah, but what I thought that maybe the husband, hey, Square Biz, I thought that maybe the husband was the one that was possibly doing the videotaping. So I did think of that. Like, I don't see her husband in the picture. But yeah. Okay. They're saying it's not her. It's not her. So my little feelings hurt because, again, I don't want this show or anything like that to come in between them. But I think it was some history. We don't have to think. We know. And yeah, I'm hoping they can work that out. Gail, you said Lexi feels like the black sheep because she didn't live in the house with them. She was with her mom, probably kept her to hurt Chris because he married Nell. Yeah, she was in the house for a short time. And then I guess went back to live with mom. So bummer. Excuse me, guys. But anyway, at the start of this live, I made sure to give some shout outs to Tea Talk with your girl. All right. Tea Talk with your girl had a discussion. Which one is it, child? With Kimmy. I want to make sure that I bring up the right one. Hold on. Had a discussion with Kimmy. And thanks to Facebook. Okay, this is the one I want. I think it's this one. Oh, shoot. Okay, it's this one, I believe. Let's see. Thanks to Facebook, I was able to grab the screenshots. And then I did stop by Tea Talk with your girls page. And I saw that she had did a video about it too. And I tuned in to some of that. But let's go ahead and read the exchange between Kimmy. Kimmy was out here slanging and banging, baby, for her man, Maurice. Okay? Slanging and banging. So it started off with some type of comment to Marceau, and she put, I packed on live tweeting, but ain't nobody in these streets. Then T-Talk also responded to Marceau and said, this is true. She is the most like of the four of you, so she should go live more. Kimmy said, we actually had quite a few positive aspects, but it's not, but it's not so positive, that stays on the tongue longer. Okay, that was a tongue twister. So let's get to T-Talk's response to Kimmy. Which one is it? Hold on, guys. This is, and I did have them all in a collage, but the collage was Well, maybe I could do it like this. Did I send myself the collage? Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I deleted it. All right. It is what's next? What's next? What's next? Sorry, guys. That's why I had it on the doggone collage. All right. So it is this one. Let me go ahead and read T Talk's response. And let me go here. And let me go here. And it is here. Okay. So T Talk then went right on back to Kimmy, baby. And T Talk said, sis, don't do that. You know they got the court docs. Is this in order? Shit. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I'm reading, child, so y'all get the gist of it. She put, sis, don't do that. You know they got the court docs over on YouTube. Don't ruin your credibility. Use a Maryland girl. We don't lie for our men. DMV stand up. Oh, wait. You're from B-More. Shucks. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, Kimmy put T-Talk with your girl, shaking my head because now they let attorneys take the bar with felony records. Do better homework. Otherwise, it's called defamation. Whoever this girl is, Tropical Paradise said, what are you talking about? All right, let me close that one. And let me go ahead and read this one from T-Talk. T-Talk wasn't playing, okay? Hold on. T-Talk was not scared at all. She was going tit for tat. But T-Talk told Kimmy, that's not defamation, dear. I said they have documents on YouTube bearing his name. And they do, allegedly, and in my opinion. Now, you don't, I think she meant, now you done contradicted your hubby because he said he ain't never, in Marceau's voice, even been arrested. So funny. She did too, bless. And that's what T Talk pointed out. She said, now you didn't contradicted your hubby, right? But anyway, Kimmy said, T Talk, it's hard to tell y'all anything. Do better homework. It's not him. And since you've been told it's not him and continue with bad info, it indeed becomes deformation. I know she meant defamation, child, but she said deformation. No contradictions. I've never been arrested means I've never been arrested. Period. Do something better with your time. In my voice. Ooh wee. Baby, they was going at it, okay? And then, is this the last one? Hold on, let me make sure. Kimmy had time, okay? And so did T Talk with your girl. But Kimmy ended it off with this. And she said, a document with a name does not make it him. PI 101. If it is untrue, and if making a statement damages his reputation or ability to work, it is defamation. But keep doing you, boo. Can't tell y'all nothing. It appears negativity is the preferred reality. Kimmy say, that's my man, and I'm sticking beside him. Sticking beside him. Love me, how come he didn't let us know? Chris Fletcher, I would love to have heard it. But that whole exchange, like I said, shout out to T Talk with your girl. I cracked up. Do you hear me? Because T Talk said, hold up. Oh, wait a minute. You know you didn't contradicted yourself, okay? And I must say, it appeared, I'm going to say allegedly now, it appeared that she, had a little slip of the tongue. Had a little slip of the tongue. Oh, if you know, we DMV people are not the same as B-More. All right. Okay, DC stand up. All right, prosperity. But yeah, you guys make sure to go check out Lord have mercy. T Talk with your girls video. And give her some views. She did discuss this. Jamie, yes, from what I saw, she really wasn't. Even in reading that, she really wasn't. So it seems like misplaced anger, I shall say. Now I did see the title. Yes, it did. I did see the title of Black Titanic's video, and Black Titanic. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that because I'm not saying that. Child, what am I doing? So anyway, that was the exchange of T Talk and Kimmy. Hilarious, okay? But let's go ahead and get into something else. And I thought that this was real, real, real beautiful. Our internet niece is driving. So let me go ahead and share the pictures. Child, where's my picture? Hold on. Okay, it's here. But why isn't it here? Hold on, y'all. What's going on? This is StreamYard. This is not me. Let me go up. Okay. All right. So our internet niece is driving, or at least she got the chance to drive. So I saw this post on Facebook. Miss Vanessa shared it. And she said that last Saturday, Mariah got to drive for the first time. And she put thanks to her cousin Dale, and it was her dream vehicle. Go Mariah. These kids are growing up right almost in front of our face. They were growing up in front of our face. Thanks to the daddy child, we know that we haven't been able to see all of that. Where's my picture of Mel and Mariah? What is StreamYard doing? Hold on again. This is so weird. My pictures are right here. All right, let me see. Why is it asking me to click the pictures first? StreamYard is tripping. Mary Willis, I will check on Aunt Debbie in the morning because it's going to be a little late when we get off. Last I heard, she's okay. And yeah, no, I don't want everybody to worry. But I promise I'll check on the first thing in the morning and continue to keep Aunt Debbie in your prayers. Um, Anthony, I'm just gonna say, and I see your comment. Hold on, let me go down. I don't think it's him. So, yeah, I don't. Just me personally. I do not think that it is Maurice. I like the exchange that went on between T Talk and Kimmy, and that's why I mentioned it now. But if it's not him for real, to answer your question, do I think that people should be nervous? Um, if I'm being real, absolutely. But if I think that either Maurice is doing this for a storyline because he gives us nothing, I don't think they got anything to worry about, or is Maurice just trying to call folks bluff? If so, I don't think that they have anything to be worried about. But I'm just going to say again, I don't think that is him. I said that a couple weeks ago when people were dropping it in one of my live videos, because there was another guy under the same name out of Baltimore that a couple content creators was saying was Maurice, and that wasn't him either. And then I saw some documents. I also had somebody else to send me something. I just don't share stuff a lot. I'm not out here trying to do no exclusives. I told you guys that because them exclusives sometimes could come back to bite you. But I also had somebody to send me something in a DM that also proved basically that it was not him. So if that is the case, Anthony, then yes, I think people, I wouldn't say nervous because it's not like that they would, have to serve jail time or something like that. But you could be charged and you could have to pay a fine. I will not ever forget Cardi B and Tasha K. And I also remember how that situation started. I'm not sure if Maurice was biting off of that, but he asked the same thing that Cardi B initially asked Tasha K. And that was just, please remove the video. Please remove the video. And he didn't say please. And what day are we on? He gave him 10 days to remove it and apologize, recant the story, and all that good stuff. I think we probably on what day? Oh, that was Monday, because that's when I was at the doctor. Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so it's about 4 days in. Trending asked a good question. Is this business days, calendar days? Well, how many days technically is it? It's damaging. So, for me, I would have just removed it. For me, that's it. That's all. But if people don't mind, and if he's gonna follow through, then if he follows through, then prepare to, go to court. Go to court and fight for your rights, I guess. But yeah, I would have just removed it. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, Anthony. 690 people watching. Thank you guys so very much. But we were discussing Mariah, Mel's oldest, driving. And I'm sure she was so excited. As I was mentioning, at one point we were able to see these kids grow up in front of our eyes. There are also videos on YouTube before they were even on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Little bitty kids, her and Tank. And this is proven that they are getting older for sure. Okay. I put these two pictures together of Mel and Mariah because they look so much alike. Now, I was going to say that Mariah is Mel's mini me, but I see, and I'm sure you guys do, I see Mel in each and every one of her kids. Mel had shared a baby picture before. She looks just like Sugar Mama on that picture. Then another picture, she looked just like Boss Baby. And then you could see her features all in Tank. So yeah, Mel's genes are strong, but great job to Mariah, for driving. And I'm sure she was excited. I'm sure a lot of us can remember driving for the first time. Anthony, word for Martell Holt. Don't try to let Mariah drive your GMC SUV. We need to see proof of car insurance. Lord have mercy. Hashtag fool. Don't have me laughing over here. Hashtag full coverage, no lights on the dashboard. Hashtag full tank of gas, and hashtag spare tire and triple A. You right about that. We need to make sure our girl is covered. All right. Make sure our little internet niece is covered. But time flies. People are asking how old Mariah is, and I saw in the chat, and that's what I was gonna say. She is 11. So, we know so much about the Lord. I was about to say the Eminem kids, and I don't call them that anymore. We know so much about Mel's babies that we know the months of their birthdays and all of that. All of them are coming up with birthdays. We got Tank and Sugar Mama in December, and we got Mariah and Boss Baby in January, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they are really growing up. But speaking of kids, now this is where I said a little bit earlier that it took a little time for it to really hit me. I brushed over it the other day, but then I thought about it after. And what I'm talking about is when Mel went live the other day. Hold on, guys. When Mel went live the other day. And like I said, I touched on it the other day. I was listening and watching Mel's live. I even have it recorded, but I just didn't upload it. But in that live, Mel spoke about how she sat her children down to really go over everything when it comes to her acting acting in her music video. And I think that's normal. I think that's normal for any entertainer, where they're proud of their work and they want their kids to see their work. And sometimes you got to do a little explaining. I think that's totally normal because it was a sort of a risque like scene. Other entertainers and actors and actresses that, do those sexy scenes. I think that, again, it's normal for you to sit down and have a talk with your children just to explain. But what really registered with me, and I may have said it briefly the other day, but what made me sad after I really, really thought about it was Mel also saying in that live video that she wanted to control her own narrative with her kids when it comes to that video. But Sean, that's what I said. Sugar Mama's birthday is in December, unless you're talking to somebody else. But that was sad to me. And if you guys really think about that, just think about that. I have to control the narrative about me in this video. And the only reason, yeah, we not talking, yeah, we know. Uh, I ain't got nothing against the children, but we know Knox's birthday is next month as well. We talking about them kids' mamas, babies. But anyway, thank you for saying that, Teresa, because that's my whole point. How sad is it where you really have to sit down and speak to your kids as far as controlling your own narrative? That was about Martell and Martell only. And that's sad because if we're being honest, I can hear Martell now talking about Mel in a negative way to those kids when it comes to that video. So I do think that she had to somewhat get a heads up on her children's father. That's disgusting. And you guys let me know if I'm tripping. Am I reading too much into it? Because, I can see her saying, sitting down and talking to my kids about it. But the control and the narrative part is what got me. And we know that Mel has had to come out here and control her damn narrative to the T when it comes to the things that this man, Martell, has done and said about her. It's a different thing for me. It is what it is when it comes to Martell saying shit to Nell Fletcher. She cheated too. Or saying it to anybody that listens. She cheated too. Or she did this. That's different. Those adults, it is what it is. It's still crazy. Don't get me wrong, because he's still talking about it and they're divorced. But it's different when you think about it when it comes to his children. She has to control the narrative. That's sad. Imagine how many talks Mel has probably already had to have had with those children, and the talks that she will have to continue to have with those children as they get older. Just imagine. Just imagine. I mean, hell, go through the YouTube streets and look at all of our videos as far as the things that we feel she's had to go through when it comes to their daddy. So imagine her really having to sit down and talk about Martell or talk about coleslaw or talk about revenge pea or talk about how this woman that your daddy had y'all around did this. Those talks can't come until they're older. I'm sure she's had some talks with them when it comes to coleslaw, but the real deep, deep talks, those can't happen until they're older. So there's no way in the world that she would have known. Um, Hold on. Yeah, Yvette, we can't put those words in the chat. So try to change your wording. Thank you, Tyra. Try to change your wording. Um, but yeah, those talks again can't come until those children are older, and then it is so much that's out here. Look at the audio of Coleslaw in her own voice. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, like I said, it just saddened me because I'm sure that he's already filled their heads with a lot of nonsense. But just to hear that did something to me. I want to control my own narrative. That wasn't controlling the narrative. The kids ain't gonna think, common sense for me. I'm controlling the narrative of what this Negro will try to tell them. So, it is what it is. As I mentioned with Diddy earlier, Martell will have a whole lot going forward that he will have to address when it comes to his children. And, it would be nice if he just completely cut the crap. I hate to keep thinking back on Destin, Florida, but I think that was the olive branch, and that Negro took that branch and broke it across his knee and threw it. He didn't do what he needed to do, and had he done that, maybe the future wouldn't look so bleak. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I don't see him getting off as easily as he may think that he will. I just don't. He has a lot of questions to answer. And I don't know about you guys, but you know, whoever he dating, coleslaw, whatever, that is what it is. But it's a different type of low down ass man that will have his children around the woman that taunted their mother. That's a whole different level for me. That's a whole different level of evilness for me. And that's his goal. That's his motive. Because he can still be around coleslaw. But guess what? When I have my kids, I'm going to be with my kids. And then when my kids are not around, then you and the baby or Lil Knox can even come around when the kids are here, but you can't, you know. So it is what it is. Like I said, I see a lot of you guys felt the same way. Just that one little sentence, I want to control my narrative, did something to me when I really, really thought about it. And it's sad to have to operate like that. There's no way in the world that Mel could have predicted that Martell would have turned out to be the human that he is. So she didn't know when she was married to him and having kids with him and all of that. And she did what people do. We in love, we married, and we gonna have kids. But I'm gonna say this for anybody that may not even have kids and looking to have kids, you guys make sure to study the individual, okay? Whether you're gonna have kids or not. It's a lot of crazies out here. It's a lot of liars and perpetrators and all of the above out here. And Martell's just a different breed. I wanted to cuss his ass out on a members only video. But like I said, I got a little sad when I heard Mel say that. And it don't matter if you cuss Martell out or not. He's not gonna listen to nobody. Nobody. So, just had to save my breath on that. But I do see a couple people backstage. I've been talking for quite some time. Let me pull up this front door, child. My little dog like to look out the screen door. Hold on. Come on. Come on. In. Oh, who's raining? Okay. I let her stay out there stay looking the first time. But I do see you guys clicking the link. So shout out to those backstage. I promise I'm getting to you guys. Currently we have 728 people watching. Thank you guys so much. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about all of this, but especially when it comes to the controlling your narrative part. I was, damn. It's like, how much can a woman take? And why do I have to take all these steps? Co-parenting for me, I don't know, maybe because I had parents that were married 27 years. They got a divorce. And before people even started using co parenting or saying it in that way, that's exactly what they did. So maybe I just, hey, Rose, maybe I just feel like that's how it's supposed to be for everybody. There were no issues, okay, when it comes to my parents. There were discussions, and I was the baby, so I was the only one left in the house at the time, but I was a teenager. What's best for her? What's this? Everything. Holidays, they still spent time. We still spent time as a family and all of that. So maybe that's what I'm looking at, and maybe that's what I had hoped for when it comes to Martell. As I mentioned, I think that a lot of us, and I'm gonna say this because I've been yapping for an hour and a half. I think that a lot of us, I'll speak for myself. I think that my anger from Martell not only comes from the low down, disgusting ass shit that he did when it comes to Mel, and him putting a battery in Coleslaw's back, and we witnessed that for years. But I also think my anger comes from the hope that we had for Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what I mean? This reality show has taken a lot of us by storm. We talk about it and probably will continue. But I think that a lot of us was let down as well. Like, damn, when they introduced them, we saw this beautiful family, this husband and wife, this beautiful home, they're business owners, and it is the American dream. And then Martell ruined it all. So my anger is both. You know what I mean? It's three things, honestly. It's how he treated Mel. It's the sad chick that is now silenced damn near. She gonna pop out here and there, but it's not effective at all. And then, when it comes to these babies, controlling the narrative for the babies. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead. Yes, he did. He ruined it all. Do you hear me? And it's hard even looking back at um some of the older episodes. I really want to touch on this. So it may be a small group of us, but I think I am going to do that. And whoever joins me. We may start back at episode one, child. But they've been doing that on Facebook, and it's sad to look at. It really, really is. Gloria, you said co-parenting in the early years when both parties have not moved on can be rough. I can agree with that. But when you have one party that extended the olive branch so they can move on, and the other one just said, forget it because you obviously turned me down, because he was fine on that trip at first. Um, so something happened in Destin, and a lot of us feel like, you know, she turned him down. And then that man came back and was just a fool and stopped all of that. What could have been? And had he not, we would still see those kids on this show. We'd still see he and Mel in episodes together, not as a couple, but co-parenting. Imagine the story of their co-parenting on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Imagine that people saw him married, then they saw him get a divorce, and then now they're able to look at them and they are successful co-parenting. Just like the Fletchers, they could have been a story for what's going on out in this world. Yes, people get divorced, but this is how we handled it. Impossible with Martell. So I'm done yapping at an hour and 30 minutes. We got 698 people watching. Hey, Tennessee girl, let me let up the parties backstage. And let's see here. Lady D Keys, is this you?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. That's good. All right. Next up, we got BLS. Hey, BLS.
Hey, Chit Chat. Hey, everybody on the panel
Hey.
and in the
Hey, how
audience.
are you? Yes. How are you, BLS? You're good?
Yes, all is well. I was about to send another search party out for you, girl. You taking a minute. It's Thursday.
Girl, look, I've been sick, child. And then well, I don't know if you know, but I was off of work since the 16th and just went back to work the 27th, which is end of month. So, honey, I humped Monday. No,
Oh
I didn't go back to
wow.
work till the 28th. So I humped Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Had deadlines galore and did it. So yeah, that's why. But now we back, okay?
Yes,
We
girl,
back.
I hear it
All right.
on you.
Yes, yes. All right, Prosperity, thick girl. Hey, Prosperity. You guys got a little delay today. Prosperity, are you there?
Hello, yes, yes. I was about to. How you doing, sis? How everybody doing? I was about to say, hold up, you went back to work a
Hey.
day early. You said the 28th.
Right, I did go Tuesday. Yeah. Yep, 28th. So I had 3 days to hum child and did it. Okay. But
Better.
thank you for joining me. All right. Next up we got SKR. Hey, SKR.
Hello, hello. I'm glad that you are feeling much better.
Thank you. I still got a
Good,
slight
good.
cough. I'll have to go into some details about what happened with me in members only. But I noticed you said you're going to be driving tomorrow, right? You're traveling?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm just going to my homegirl's
Child,
house and we just gonna put on our own Thanksgiving since we didn't get our dressing like we wanted it. So we were just
oh,
we're just gonna make us a
oh,
pan of dressing.
fun.
You better.
Nice. How fun. Now don't you make no chitlin dressing like Wanda made,
No
child.
ma'am. No
Don't you
ma'am.
make
No
none of that
ma'am.
shit.
No ma'am. We don't do that over here. No ma'am. We have evolved. No ma'am.
Or no poke cornbread.
No ma'am.
Ooh, child. Chitlin dressing, baby. Go away from me with that. But thank you, SKR. I know you said that you made it's a shame. Now that just shows you I told you guys I'm kind of crazy. I remember comments, okay? And I remember reading that yours the other day. So we are having a pajama jam tomorrow. Just a fun night and kick back and talk and do what we do with members only. But members, I am going to be doing something. I promise. I know you guys been hearing me say this. Starting well, tomorrow is December. Start next week, but I'll let you guys know. But thanks for joining me, SKR. And then last but not least, backstage is Z Frenchie. Hey, Z Frenchie.
Hey, Chit Chat, can you hear me? Hello,
I
can you hear
can
me?
hear you. How are you? I
I'm
can hear
doing
you.
well,
Can
and
you hear me?
I can hear you now. I'm glad you're doing better. Thank God for
Thank you.
blessing
It's been
you
rough.
to be. I know it have. I've been watching,
Yes,
but
baby.
hey,
It's been rough. Okay. And with the new normal, Chit Chat had to take care of herself for the first time being
yeah.
sick. So, we'll talk about that tomorrow too,
Mm-hmm.
child. It was something else. But God got me. So I'm all good. But thank you for that.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this discussion. Shout out to the panel. Thank you guys again for joining me. Shout out to the chat as well as the cutie crew. And shout out to my mods. Now, where did LaDon go? I didn't mod LaDon up. LaDon may be at work. But shout out to the cutie mods as well. Lady D Key, you are first. Thank you for joining me. And what are your thoughts? Did you want to discuss the T.I. and Tiny, the Diddy, the Kimmy, the Maurice, the Martell, whatever you want to discuss? Your thoughts?
It's a hot mess, everything. Especially Diddy. He just he needs to go. And his career will never be the same. Even if he get it back. He done. And he seems like a monster
Mm,
to me now. Even in the face, when you see him on pictures, it's
Mhm.
like he looks like a total
yes.
monster by the face. It's like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Martell, hmm. He needs to go to co-parenting classes for real. Because if he don't know how to do it, he's never gonna learn. I I have my daughter's father, which I don't talk to him, but he can talk to his child. He don't have to talk to me. So I'm good with that. As long as he stays over there in his lane and I stay over here in mine, we cool. But as far as us having phone conversations, no, ma'am. Mm-mm.
Well,
But
do
he
you
could see
guys
his
have
child.
drama? Do you guys have drama? Like, if you do cross paths, or is it just cool?
I probably haven't even seen him since I had my daughter, probably which was when she was about 6 months old. He came and saw her, and we were cool. I don't have no drama with him. It's just that I don't. You know how you don't like somebody? It's that thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have picked the better person for my daughter to be the father of my child, it would have just been a different person. It wouldn't have been him. So
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely a learning process when you learned it, and then you have to, because I don't have to deal with him. She deals with him.
Okay. Yeah, I was
I
just wondering just to try to get a point of view when it comes to Mel and Martell. But what's your thoughts about
Mhm.
you was about to say something about Martell.
Yeah, he just needs to learn how to do co-parenting. He just needs to learn, because it's easy if you don't deal with somebody. That's easy.
Mhm.
You just let your child deal with them at a different type of level, because when her kids get older, Mel and Martell kids get older, they're gonna learn how to deal with their father. So it's gonna take them a while, because they're so used to being, around their mother. And they're used to being around him too, but those kids are mom kids. I don't
Yeah.
think I mean that's how they seem when they first came on the screen. They about their mama. So it's like Mar and when the show first started, it was just like you see this beautiful couple with beautiful kids and a beautiful home, and then you have this fool that goes out and get with a woman. Well, I can't even call her a woman. A young girl that acts like a little girl. She don't act like a grown woman. She acts like a little girl.
Okay.
Because she knew that Martell was married. She should have left that man alone. Went on about her business. And if the D was worth all that, which it obviously was to her, and it obviously was to him too, because he still dealt with her. Because she's the only one that's going to deal with him anyway. Because she's been dealing with him for what, 5 years now? 10 almost. So he's used to
Right.
her and she's used to him. That's all. Well, that's probably not all he knows, but that's probably all she knows.
Yeah.
But I don't like the foolery that he does. Even when he tried to sit up there and say, "Oh, she changed her last name." That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to change her last
Mhm.
name when she divorced Jotel. She's not supposed to keep that last name, especially after you had a child outside your marriage. You had a child outside your marriage. You thought she was going to keep your last name after you did that to her. You really thought that? You were stupid as heck to think that that woman was going to keep your last name after you had a child out of wedlock with the chick
Mhm.
that you've been cheating on her with. That's not cool. I would have changed my last name too.
Yeah,
Mm-mm,
we don't blame her at all.
mm-mm.
At
I don't like
all.
my tail.
What do you think about the statement of Mel stating, she wanted to control her narrative? Do you think that, like me, do you think that it was about controlling the narrative of what he would possibly say?
I think it's both. I think it's controlling the Meredith, and I also think it's for what he might say to the children, because he could sit up there and lie to the kids and say, "Oh, that's your mama's man. Oh, you see, she got a new man. Okay, but you've been having a woman for 10 years. For 10 years, you done had a side piece. So, so it's okay for you to have a side piece, but it's not okay for her to have a man in her life after she divorced you." Cause she said that she ain't never cheated, and you said that you ain't never seen her out and about with another man. So
Mhm.
how does she cheat if you ain't never seen it? How does she cheat?
Right.
Boy, sit down and boy, bye. Because that's what you are. You're a little boy in a man body. So, boy, bye. Mm-mm. Yeah, I agree with you. Chit chat. That's true.
All
That's all I
right.
wanted to really talk about. Thank you for having me
Great.
up, hun.
You are welcome, Lady D Keys, and thank you. Great points, excellent points. We'll keep our eye out on things as much as it can, but I'm hoping for the children's sake, he gets it together. You know what I mean? Get
Yes,
it
ma'am.
together. Yes, but thank you for that. Okay, I'm gonna read a couple
Mhm.
comments. Tennessee girl, get away from my dad, get away from my father. She definitely said that. She did. Made by, is it Chantel? Chantelle. Has to be. TV. Cute name, if that's how you pronounce it. Getting another woman pregnant just broke the camel's back. If that hadn't happened, it might have been hope for them mending. I agree. That is
Mhm.
a deal breaker. Okay. For some, I mentioned my sister-in-law. She was able to do it and raise the child, but it was a different circumstance. Well, they actually got custody of the child. So, whatever float your boat. But yeah. Gail Wilson, you put Martell is a user. He knew Mel always had it and thought she would take him back. He can't take rejection. It definitely seems like he can't take rejection at all, even when it comes to just having general conversations with others. He feels like people are rejecting him. Okay, you're gonna go to a name change ceremony. You need to pick a side. That he feels like he's getting rejected by people who still, like the Fletchers, have some sort of relationship with Mel. So yeah, I agree. He definitely can't take rejection. Alice, you put he said with Mel changing her name, it was final. I guess he had hopes of getting her back. Yep. Couple people talked about that name change. Journeyology said he didn't get it until she changed her last name. Even now, I still don't think he understands they are divorced, not separated. Yep. Seems that way, like he's in denial. Sis, you said the same thing. He was hoping for her to keep the whole name to stay connected to her so he can say it's because of him that she has what he has. Facts. Facts. Totally agree. And then things you put successful co parenting is very important. Yes, it is. It does not, I get it. In a lot of situations, it's messy, messy, messy. But, we saw a glimpse of how theirs could have turned out had he not done the damn fool. But again, thank you, Lady D Keys. I will continue to highlight you guys' comments.
Miss Chit
And
chat.
next,
I'm
yes.
I'm gonna drop down because I have a phone call coming in. Thank you for letting me up, hun.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I hope you have a great evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, BLS. I know you got something deep for us. Ciao. What's
Kiss
your
my
thoughts,
sister.
on the hot topics on what saddened me after it really set in when it comes to controlling the narrative? What's your thoughts on the discussion tonight?
Um, well, I'm gonna come from Mel's perspective. I think because I can relate sort of in that I divorced and I had children with a husband who was a lot like um, Hotel. And
Mm-hmm.
what hurt me was that he's with the 304, got the 304 around their kids without explanation. And Mel, because of her decency, can't even show the kids what Bird said in the videos that she did. So I pray that she's saving them for them kids and letting them know, look, try me, and I'm gonna show them. But what hurts me is that she still has to defend herself, and I get it. And he told us, um, he let us know who he was when, because we all know he's a Bama. He is a Bama, and I ain't talking about an Alabamian, but in the Midwest, a Bama is a sorry brother who ain't about nothing. And so he is a Bama, for how he acts. And do you guys remember when he was having a conversation with Tank on a live, talking about family is everything, money ain't
Mm-hmm.
everything, and it's like, you sorry bum, it ain't everything because you can't get hers no more. And so it is those manipulating mind games that he plays with those kids. I'm gonna go back to his interview with Queen Sheba. Kids are really easy to manipulate. He said it out of his drunk mouth. That Inez wine got him just a talking. Kids are really easy to manipulate, and so we know that that's what he's doing. And so he keep propping Bird up like she's June Cleaver, and that's just a housewife from the '60s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, and we all know she a 304. And I mean, and so I get why male has to do it. I think it's because of their age. And ain't no now if they was all teenagers, oh look, he lying. And that trick right there, look, take a look at the video and we can discuss it afterwards. You get what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I said
Mm-hmm.
trick on the stage. I meant to say 304. But so she's in a very precarious position. And I think we as women, as nurturers and mothers, we're looking at our children in a holistic way. And so even when she had the kids and she continued to have kids, she didn't know what an evil monster he was. And so I've said it before and I'm going to say it now. I don't believe that he loves anybody other than himself. He's using the
Himself.
kids. Yeah. And so when he acts like he loves the kids, because the kids, they want love. They don't no kid wants to be rejected by their dad. And he knows that. And that's why he pits them against each other. Y'all remember the mess when they first started having visitation and he questioned them, and whoever gave
Yeah.
him the best answer got the best treat. I mean, this
Got
is the
ice
kind of
cream.
sick stuff that he does. And I'm like, ooh. I mean, that and to see how he is still carrying on post divorce, and then he said on the recording, I guess it's really over now. Excuse me, girl. They divorce. He talking about he guess now it's over. It's been over. And see, that's the thing that, yeah. And so, yeah, I get real irritated with him. I'm hurt for male because as a woman and a mother, I get it. And, a part of me is, just angry that she can't live her free single life as a single woman. And I get, wanting to be careful, with the children.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those are my thoughts on that one. I do. Go ahead, chit chat. I know you got something to say.
Well, you hit it all. Normally I got a little something, something, but I agree with you on everything that you said. I do think when it comes to her living her single life, I do think that she's definitely doing that. But as you said, and somebody else in the comments said, let me see if I start that comment. Yes, Val B. She's concerned. She's really, really concerned, as she should be, when it comes to how this divorce may have affected her kids as well as their mental health. She's proven that by doing the right thing, putting them in counseling and all of that. When it comes to anything else, as far as her single life, I think that she may be just doing that. I do think that she's possibly dating and all of that, but she's doing it the right thing. She's not going to have a man around her kids right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Unless it's something that she knows that
Mm-hmm.
most likely
Yeah.
is going to lead to marriage. So she's just doing what should be done. Somebody else in the comments put
Yeah.
that, where is it? It was about him putting those kids around Tennessee girl. Martell asked him to not have her kids around coleslaw. Uh, of course, Martell didn't listen. It's not that he didn't listen; he heard it loud and clear. But he's gonna take anything that he can get to hurt Mel. So if he know that, yeah, you didn't already mention that this may bother you, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it because he's hurt. You know, hurt people. Martell is hurt because of his own actions. He's never really sat down and fully taken in, this is just my opinion, what he has done. And it's not that easy. Even when Mel wanted to
Right.
make sure that Knox was introduced the correct way, he didn't do that. So, like you said, was it you or was it Lady D Keys? It was you, BLS, that he really only loves himself. I totally agree with that. He only loves
Yeah.
himself, and he only thinks about
Ooh.
his feelings. So I don't even think he takes it an extra step to say, I wonder how this may affect my kids. Me just dropping his baby
Consider.
in their lap. Right. So,
Right.
you said it all. You said it all. Did you have anything else?
Wow.
BLS?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention Maurice and Kimmy. I
Mm-hmm.
think that with everybody, speculating that he ain't really no lawyer, they don't really have a storyline. I don't even know that they consider the fact that they were playing Marceau's game. Marceau writes the script and everybody follows his script. And it's like, why don't you just live your life, whatever it is? I mean, because you went to law school, we didn't get to see that. We didn't get to see your graduation. We got to see you celebrate, the fact that you graduate. No, we didn't. Did we? No, that was Jalen's graduation party we saw. So, it's so
Mm-hmm.
much that they say, and they've kept everybody in the dark, and then you go, lay out this threat. But what I wanted to say was, when I was looking in, I'm not a lawyer, I didn't go, but when I was looking into going into law school, they do a background check. If you've been a federal employee and you had to fill out stacks of paperwork, in order to get the federal job, that's how much work it takes to get into law school. There's a lot of paperwork, and you have to get recommendations to go in, and they do a background check. And so I'm with you, Chit Chat. I don't believe that the one that they saw was in fact him, because they look at all of that. And before they
Mm-hmm.
even admit you in a law school, they need to make sure that anything in your past, that you're able to answer to that and all of that. And so I'm with you, and I'm with you for that reason alone. As it relates to Kimmy T Talk, she said she to me, she shut her down when she said, I don't know why you out here windmilling for somebody who ain't windmilling for you. And she
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, I think she mentioned something about not taking care of her who's trying to get over sick. She went in.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, now that now that's a drop the mic. And so did Kimmy come after her and respond to that? Because the last part that I saw was that when T Talk made that statement, nothing else was said back
Mm.
to her on that. And you know, when T Talk said that, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm talking about another content creator, but you brought her up.
No, no, no. Yeah, you're fine. It's not that I don't want content
Okay,
creators talking
yeah,
about in a
and
negative way. It's fine. Yeah. Go ahead.
okay, so yeah, and I just thought, oh, that was on point. And so Kimmy, I don't know, I, she trying to be seen because everybody talking about they trying to be seen. We calling for their exit and not to see them anymore, and now all of a sudden they pop out. Too little, too late. Get somewhere and sit down. We're not
Mm-hmm.
interested. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like they've had all of this time to show up, and they didn't. So, but those are my thoughts on that, and that's it.
Great thoughts. Great thoughts. I got to go back and finish watching T Talk's video tonight or early in the morning. Because who else did I say I wanted to watch? Black Titanic. But yeah, she did shut Kimmy down. But you know, and I don't want to say I'm glad you agree with me because everybody has a right to their opinions, but I don't. Me personally, I do think he's an attorney, and I don't think that the person that was mentioned was him. Just my thoughts. And as I said, there was some things that was sent to me that, you know, sort of it's not him. But yeah, great points, BLS. Thank you so much for that. I wanted to talk about Carlos too. We'll talk about Carlos in another power hour. It's married to medicine related. I got a lot of catching up to do with you guys. I was supposed to be covering that show, so I'm gonna start. But let's see. I read this. Let me read a couple comments, and then we're gonna get to prosperity. Thank you again, BLS. Thank you to the 706 that's watching. If you're in the bushes, drop down and chit chat with us. We will be here a little while longer. And yeah, make sure to hit the like button. Mary Willis, absolutely. And this is why I think that she said she wanted to control her own narrative. She knew Martell would have a field day with that video with the kids. I agree. And how sickening is that? Instead of, because I just never met Martell a day in my life, but like you, BLS, I have had my experience. And I promise you, I'm not looking at Martell and seeing people that I may have had those experiences with. I just know his kind. And that's a sad
That
thought
part.
because I can see, why not say, your mom, look at your mom, she's acting, she's singing. Why not say it in that way? We know the type of man that he is and the way he's set up. It doesn't even allow that, to talk about her accomplishments in a positive way. So it's crazy. Tyra, you said my daughter's daddy had the world thinking I was low down and dirty. He had them fooled. He wore the mask well, but in the end, they saw different when that mask came off. And most time that mask come off, and it's gonna come off with Martell. Mark my word. Gloria put he doesn't want them to pick a side. He wants them to pick his side. Facts. Rose Martell has a childish mind talking about pick a side. Yep, I can't stand that. Oh yeah, so y'all going? I need to see who going and who not. How old are you? That's so elementary school. How old are you? And why do people have to cut her off because of decisions that you made that ended the marriage? I can't believe it's thundering. OMG. Why? But manipulating people's minds in a certain situation is dangerous games, or it's dangerous. Yes, Arlene, I agree with that. Val B, you put Martell only care about Martell. Truth be told, he does not care about his children, his ex, nor the 304. He will continue to, I don't know what you meant right there, to something the kids against their mom. Try to turn them against. This is why Mel does what she does. I think that's what you meant. Great point. Great point. Bella 504 said, unfortunately, narcissists do not love their children. I don't think narcissists love anybody but themselves, if we can get deep, deep about it. Just my thoughts. And made by Chantelle. When you're with someone like Martell, you have to show them better than you can tell them. And you have to do it immediately, because other than that, it gives the slightest appearance of hope. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. Great comments, guys. I'll highlight some more after Black, Lord have mercy, I was about to say Black Titanic, after Prosperity. But to any of the content creators that was in the chat, you guys make sure to follow them. We have Prosperity Thick Girl. We had Trending earlier. I saw Mildred, Conversations and Cocktails. We got my sis Pink Table Topics. And Anthony Lofty stopped by. Hey, Deshonda, I saw you earlier. Just want to say hi. And I believe that's it when it comes to the content creators. So you guys make sure to, True Wisdom TV as well. Make sure to support the content creators. All right, Prosperity, you are up. Your thoughts?
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good.
Can
How
I
are
read?
you?
Can I read the
Hey.
last tweet from T Talk? I mean, the last comment she put in that section. Because baby,
Please do.
She hit me in my throat with this one. She says, "I'm not sure who this conversation, who y'all is. This is a conversation between two women. Now, when you see me post, when have you seen me post anything about your husband outside of what's in this thread? I could care less about his criminal history or the lack thereof. So what do you mean? So I need to do something better with my time, sis. I'm on the same app you are on. Only I'm not windmilling for a man that ain't never windmilled for me. So maybe you should find something to do with your time." I said, she did not kick the lady in her throat like that. Why would she do that?
Ooh, child, T-Talk for the win. You hear me?
Baby, for the steal, the win, baby.
She like said that.
Said she shut Kimmy the hell down. Kimmy said nothing else after that. Kimmy shut her mouth and ate her food, all that she could still swallow, because that was a kick in the throat and a gut.
Not all she could swallow, child. Baby, she dropped it like it was hot. You hear me?
Baby, I died. But that was hilarious to me. I needed that laugh yesterday. That was hilarious. But like, I keep forgetting the name that was before me, said these people are scrambling. The Fletchers have come in. They feel their seats being snatched from under them. They know they ain't got no storyline. Now Tisha want to be pregnant, like they having sex over there or something. Like, we believe that, girl. You got to have sex with your husband to be pregnant by him. What? I'm tired of Kimmy acting like she not supposed to have been a nurse. We all know vasectomies ain't 100%, even though we know this ain't true. This is just something to talk about, because they ain't got nothing else to talk about, to defer from the real stuff, like the lawsuits that's going on. But stop saying ignorant stuff, Kimmy. She said that she could feel Kiki shaking on a 5-second hug, knowing that what drug makes you shake? None. That's withdrawals, if anything. So why would you try to say that means she's still you? I'm tired of Kimmy. Kimmy had the opportunity to make this her best year on Love and Merch Huntsville, because she has given us nothing the whole entire 6 years that they have been here. She had a whole storyline, but she put herself down to talk about her man Camel Toe, because that ain't a peen, that's a camel toe. And
that's a moose knuckle, child. That's a moose knuckle.
Not coming down no more. Like, we didn't ask for none of this. We didn't ask about your egg dropping in the toilet. She could have helped a whole lot of women. And that's why I'm tired of Kimmy. And when she said we do too much as fans that we're trying to look out for her, I've been dragging her ever since because she deserved it. We don't care no more. You did that. Now, Martell, with you exactly. Even if it was a preemptive strike before he did say something. That is why she did it, because she knew he would. If he didn't already, she knew he would. She know that man like the back of her hand, and she knew that was going to be the thing he tried. So I feel like that is the reason she felt that it was imperative, and she probably did it sooner than she wanted to, just because she knew they had to go back over there with him, or they might have been over there with him when it dropped. Either way, she knew she had to do something. I don't understand how this man just don't let go. And then he's talking about, I'm just not for women overly disrespecting a man. How can you ever overly disrespect a man that had an outside child with a peasant? You always start the disrespect, but when somebody give you the disrespect back, you can't handle it. Stop being disrespectful then, because who the hell is out here letting you just talk to them any kind of way? Nobody. Maybe Coleslaw. Maybe her. Right, Nay, I'm going to let them talk to me any kind of way, Nay. You can take that over there, but ain't nobody else doing that. I don't like Martell. I am pissed that this lady has to not have her kids but twice, 2 weeks out of a month, because of something this man thought he was bad enough to do and ain't think about nobody else when he was doing it. What parent doesn't want to see every monumental time in their child's life taking the first steps, holding a cup, anything? She missed out on so much of Sugar Mama's upbringing because of him, and he's still trying to act like everything is her fault. Like, you ruined this lady's life. You took this lady's life to a place that she never saw it going. You are the reason she don't want your name anymore. And she is the reason that your name even had validity anywhere. Your family name had a rack of criminals behind it. That's it, and that's all. She is the reason that your name got anything that has a legacy attached to it. She gave you enough time. She was trying to give you more time, but you couldn't do what you needed to do to keep her. So now she giving you back and your last name. What's the big deal, sir? Give it to Coleslaw. She want it.
Yeah.
You can't keep trying to force something on Mel that she don't want. She don't want to be married to you no more. She don't want to be your friend no more. She don't want to talk to you no more. She has tried everything she could to make sure this co-parenting thing went the right way. And you did everything you could to ensure that it would not. Because if she ain't going to be with you, she ain't going to be happy with nobody. That is how he feels. That is what he wants. But the devil is a lie, and he also daddy. So it ain't going to happen. That's all I got.
All right.
Go somewhere.
All right, sis. Well, look, I agree with you. Thank you, first of all, for reading that comment. I believe I may have had it in my phone and didn't send it because T-Talk went viral on Facebook. So they talking about it. And yeah, she did that. She really, really did. She shut Kimmy down. When you mentioned about Kimmy, I totally agree. We've discussed this. It was absolutely and still is a missed opportunity. And I don't know how you guys feel. First of all, hey, Good Bad Apple. You there? Good Bad Apple and Red Ann for joining us. But I don't know if you guys feel, hey, the way that I feel, it's been a missed opportunity for me with Kimmy not really having this deep storyline. That's not a storyline, it's real life when it comes to what she went through with cancer. And I don't want to hear it now. You know what I mean? So now if she want to double back and talk about what she went through in her journey, I really don't want to hear it, because your whole focus this season has been your libido and pleasing Maurice. And that's sad to me. Where is your own identity and for you to not take what you went through and, number one, as a nurse, Prosperity, educate the public from that
Mhm.
aspect of being a nurse and going through this. And
Exactly.
number two, you are giving hope to women that may be diagnosed with it, that's currently going through it, just all around crazy. So, yeah, I don't want to see her double back after hearing everybody say, because it's everywhere. When the show is on Saturday nights and people are on Twitter, they're talking about it. I can't believe Kimmy didn't talk about this. She could have,
Mhm.
I want to hear it now. When it comes to Coastline, you said that she wants Holt. She wanted Holt so goddamn. Oh Lord, can I say that? She wanted Holt so bad that she started calling her child Holt. That's how
Exactly.
bad she want Holt. You know, not Noxie, whatever little names you could have came up with. Holt. She wanted to make sure to say that name. So I agree with you. Go ahead and give it to the peasant that's been fighting, baby, for 10 years. Go and give it to the peasant. I do not blame Mel at all. I would have dropped it too. Period. You know. But great points of Prosperity. I did. I don't know why. I only highlighted this time 2 comments. So I'm going to read Tennessee Girl and Journeyology. Then we are going to go to SKR. Tennessee Girl, you put, I would love to know how Carlos and the cast reacted when they heard the audio about the revenge be playing with Coleslaw. I would love it too. And I hope it's addressed at the reunion. Now that will be a missed opportunity. So I hope that that was brought up. But when it comes to them, they're not fans of Mel, in my opinion. They
Mhm.
did exactly what Martell wanted people to do: pick a side. So I don't think they care, honestly. Because for me, they all have social media. They all can click live. They all can discuss it on their own and say, I think that's disgusting. Martell, you was wrong. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes to the reunion. Then Journeyology, you put Martell and Letitia seem to suffer from arrested development. Both of them need validation from people or they feel betrayed, rejected. Great point.
Can I say one
Great.
more thing, Trisha, before you move to the next person?
Sure. Go ahead.
Even if Kimmy would have talked about her not being able to properly lubricate down there doing, but it's just the fact that she didn't talk about nothing else. The only thing she highlighted
Mhm.
was that she could have put
Yeah.
all the other stuff about how drained she was when she came from chemo, how her skin felt after the radiation. It's like you could have still talked about that because some women may be facing that and
Yes.
you probably could have helped them through it, but it's the fact that your storyline was so limited to a goddamn going pleasing your husband. You gave no care. You didn't even give care to yourself. We all talk about he didn't give her no care. She gave herself no care. She put all
Mhm.
his needs before her pain. Like, I don't know nobody that has had cancer and has had to go through all of these treatments that said it was a bed of roses and I just felt like I wanted to take on the world. So she didn't even talk about that
Right.
aspect. Like, you told your own self F
Yeah.
you because you wanted Maurice to be at the forefront. And I will never because I remember when I thought Kimmy was a strong woman who had her own mind. And now it's like she is another Stepford wife, like she is tied to the furnace in the basement, just like Tisha, and she only get to come out when they need to tape or something. Because this is baffling to me. Like, this is
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Excellent points. And I agree with you. As well as you keep saying lubrication, child. It's like I'm trying to get these. Not that I got a visual of her cooch, don't get me wrong, but just a thought. Um, but I agree with you that
Girl.
most definitely and most likely is a side effect, for a lot of women. So I agree with you that she could have went through what she went through and also listed that. But for everything to be, let me take this photo shoot so I can look sexy. Let me do this for lubrication. Lord, you got me saying lubrication because my libido is low. Let me do this because of my Reese. Just missed opportunity all across the board at all, completely for me. Yeah. So yeah, I just don't get it. Kimmy has really disappointed me because I remember the different Kimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this, it's not like I'm not a fan of any of these people. I ain't got nothing personal against them, but I think that she was real when she said that I wouldn't even be Tisha's friend if I wasn't her sister-in-law. And that's when we saw the new Kimmy come into play. They locked her ass down when they wasn't filming and they let her know, we can't do that. You a Scott. We need to stick together and blah, blah, blah. And that's when we, in my opinion, saw this new Kimmy. But great points, Prosperity. Yeah, I'm not impressed at all. Sunshine, I definitely wanted to read this comment because I've experienced this myself. Well, I wasn't beating myself up though, but I recognized what it was. Sunshine put, I'm beating myself up from a narc relationship. I have to remember narcs have a side that is so sneakily endearing that tricks you mentally. Totally agree. Most narcs, and the one that I dealt with for 15 years before I got married again, um, very charming, excellent talkers, can talk you out of everything. They gon' majority of them, they will spoil your rotten and give you this and give you that and do this, and then when that flip the switch happens, it's a different thing. So yeah, very endearing. Most times they are people just love them. Yeah, I can relate. Sunshine, you need to be a member. Maybe I'll do something. We'll see. But we need to have a further discussion on that. Great point. Barbara O, you said, I still don't understand why him and his flunkies keep trying to say Mel want him back. Mel gone, boo. Yeah, we don't see that. I don't get those vibes from Mel. I don't. I don't get those vibes. CK need to make Kimmy and Maurice roll over and take it right on off the show. I know that's right. We over it. Yes, because Cold Sore has always disrespected you. Who you talking about, Red Ann? Who is Cold Sore? Cold Slaw?
Mm-hmm.
A cold sore because
Yeah,
that's
they
what
going on
was
their
on
lip.
her lip.
Oh yeah, I saw that Cold Sore. Ew, gross. And then Martell keep a rash, child. They both got them dry lips. That's just nasty. But anyway, let me stop. We already at 2 hours and 17 minutes. Again, thank you guys so very much. Thank you, Prosperity, for your thoughts and insight. I appreciate it. And next
Thank
up,
you.
we got SKR. SKR, your thoughts?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to say that, while y'all were talking about Martell, and I could just imagine, I could see him and Coleslaw in the Chevrolet, and the kids are in the back, and I can see Boss Baby asking, Daddy, did you see Mommy's new video? And I can hear him looking at them in the rearview mirror. I don't think that video was appropriate. Your mom, she really shouldn't do things like that. I don't think that y'all should be looking at things like that. As his baby mama sits in the front seat with the child in the other car seat next to those children. So I'm just like,
Mm,
he would be just the type to just do that, to tell them what all Melody is doing wrong
absolutely.
as he's riding with his side and the baby. So,
Riding with his
yeah, and telling them that don't y'all look at that video and don't you talk about it with nobody. And I think that was not that your mom should not do things like that. And I don't think it's right. And y'all shouldn't be looking at stuff like that. And so I'm just like, well, should they be looking at the child then?
Ooh,
Let's think about that.
Oh,
You
that's a
know,
good one.
should we
Melody
be
was right
looking
about telltale signs.
because but I can just see him saying something like that, and I am hoping here for 2024 that he finally settles down and just realize this is done. She's not coming back. It's time for Mel, and it is time for the kids to start seeing Mel dating, because she's gone. I think she's done an appropriate amount of time of, shielding things from the kids. Maybe Boss Baby and Sugar Mama are still a little bit too young to understand, what they're actually seeing and everything else. But I think Mel has done the time period of what a woman should be, where she now introduces her kids, not just to every man, but just saying that if there's someone that is qualified and they are doing everything, then we shouldn't just be hiding him just because, we scared what Martell gonna do. Why is it that he could portray, put out, Big Booty Belinda, Sheree, homegirl that been there for 10 years. I mean, why is it that, and then also the other lady, his quote unquote assistant that was just had them all on TV. Yeah,
Right,
and
what was her name?
Melanika.
that's her name. Yeah.
Melnica.
So why is it that all of those people can come and be about amongst, but but Mel is trying to do the right thing by, being, out in public. Let me not put this in front of my children and all this, that, and the other. And
But
so
don't
maybe
you think don't you think that's responsible though, SKR? Don't you think
it
that's
is.
the I get what you're saying, tit for tat. But when it comes to the 4 children that's in play, don't you think that Mel is doing the most responsible thing when it comes to that? You don't want to introduce the kids to somebody that may not be around once you really get to know him, and he's just not the one. Then they're
No.
wondering where so.
Yeah, that's right. Don't introduce them to and everybody. But I would at least hope that, because I know that sometimes you think that that person might be the one, and so you do introduce, and then it still doesn't work out. I'm just hoping that for 2024, she just not, just scared that oh Lord, I didn't introduce this person to these kids and it still didn't work out. I don't want her to be confined like that. I'm just tired of her being confined. I don't need to know her whole story. I don't need to know all who she's dating or whatever. I'm not that type of person. But it's just like he's just doing all of this and just out here living reckless, and like I said, he's in that Chevrolet and looking at the rearview mirror and telling those kids about this Santa Claus video, but it's all right for Mel got to keep it all in house, and then she's doing her responsible thing, but I would like to see just a little tad bit of freedom for herself, just to move around just a little bit easily, without the worry that this nutball is going to come through and do something. And I just hope that 2024 be a better year for her to at least date and, let the kids see that mama is, she's still has friends and stuff like that, but I'm still making y'all priority, But that's it for Martell. My next thing is about King. I don't know how T.I., this is such, all of these things, these shows, these things that are going on with, these high profile people, they have just been such, even though it's bad for them, what they're going through, but it's been such of examples for just our community, just to see this type of stuff and knowing that, yes, they are rich, and we know that they're not exempt, but they're not exempt. They're having problems too, and their families have breakdowns. And I think that what T.I. and Tiny are going through with King is like a lot of families. I think that what the Fletchers are going through with their children is just a lot of families, and that we could just we can all relate to that, and it makes such good talking points. And I love having those good discussions about families and how that we have that we all want that look of a good looking family, and we all got it going on and everything, but we just it's always going to be a mess up. Nobody is exempt from having something pop off, something going on, no matter how much money you got or whatever you are on the financial line. You go something's going to be popping off somewhere down the line. You to us some people would think that King might have grown up, he grown up very privileged, or with opportunities and everything, and he's still acting a fool out there. But he's hurting somewhere. Something is amiss. And I hope that we do get to see the resolve. Because if you're going to put it out on social media, this whole gist of it, don't go all in house and start shutting in and keeping private now, because you went all, you put it out. What your problem was, your Ted said the baby was sucking on his thumb and pacifier and all that stuff like that. And y'all did this whole big hoorah on the social media. I hope that they do at least show us a resolve in this situation and how to handle, how give us an example of how are y'all going to handle this? How are you moving to make this child feel like he doesn't feel like he's the outcast? And then it goes right back to the Fletchers and how that, Lexi feels like she's the outcast. And so it's just, these been some good, I feel bad for the families, but it's just been such enlightening just to see that they are having some struggles too. And it's just, we're able to talk about it. It's making good talking points for people to actually talk about these things now. So I'm very happy about that, because a lot of things just need to be brought out. And maybe that will help a lot of families do something different other than what they've always done. So that's all I gotta say.
Wow, great points though. Where do I want to start with you? With King, I agree with you. Now, I must say that he's the one that put it out there. He's the one that was on live, and I don't even know if T.I. and Tiny knew that he was on live, but I agree that something is going on. I don't know if he's the black sheep. I think he's made himself sort of the black sheep because he wants to portray an image of being something that appears to be totally different than what it really was. He wants that street life. He wants to be a rapper. They want street cred and want to be tough. We don't see that with King. I'm sorry. And I think that the parents was just letting it be known that, yeah, you was at grandma's house, not because we made you go there, because that's where you wanted to go. And I think he wanted to go because he was able to hang out with the neighborhood guys and, live this life that he so badly desires. What else did you put? Oh, when it comes to male, as far as freedom, we don't know, you know what I mean, how she's living her life. Now, we do know that Mel has dated before. We don't know if she's currently dating. I don't think that she's being reserved for Martell. I think that she's being reserved for her own reasons. Like she said, she want to be private in that area, and we may not know who she's with until she's walking down the aisle. But I get what you're saying as well. This is something that comes after divorce. You do start dating other people and all of that. And I do think that it would be nice if we could see that, especially on the show. But I think that they take extra precautions. And that's why I said I wish Carlos would let Martell go on about his business. I think they take extra precautions when it comes to Martell because everybody know he gonna blow a gasket. He's done
Right.
that and gotten away with it. So I
Yep.
think that if that wasn't in play, I do think, the girl just said that she may have international but JJ. So I do think
Right.
that she would be dating right on the show. But again, with dealing with this nutcase, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who knows? That's why I said
Yeah.
they need to go and give Markel his walking papers because, he he don't offer much but pick a side or talking negatively about Mel. Nothing else is really going on. So
Right.
excellent.
I just hope
Go
that
ahead.
she, and I don't want to know anything about her dating life. I mean, go have, be free or whatever else. But, I just hope that, I would hope that she wouldn't feeling stifled in that area where you can't be free, but he out there riding his baby mama in the front seat. That's just, because that it was something about that Santa Claus video that where she did say that she has to put the narrative out, and I'm like, dang, Mel, you as a class act, you are doing this the right way, and I appreciate it stuff. But that man just makes me so mad to where I'm like, I could just see that woman in the front seat with the baby in the back and your kids back there too. And then you get to say all of this and do all of this. And Mel, she steadily stay in the course. And I just be like, sometimes on the other side, I just be like, whoa, I just want you to just be free. But she's free. She's got her own thing going. So, but yeah, that's just
Yeah.
how my little mind be thinking sometimes.
No, and I get it. You know what I mean? I think that if she was the type of person that, because look, baby, now I don't know if I would do it if I had four small kids, but yeah, everything would be displayed just for that very reason. Number one, to get under this Negro skin. Not that, I have to do that, but yeah, I'm out here doing the damn thing. And again, she still may be doing that, but like I said, she said herself as far as the privacy, and we know that she was dating. We don't know if she's currently dating. We got to remember these scenes are taped. So I do remember she mentioned during this half of the season that she wasn't dating currently, but she
Right.
was. So I don't think
Mm.
she's locked up in the house and just not doing anything. I just don't think that she's showing it. But I'm like
Yeah,
you. I
I
would
could
like to see it.
appreciate that. I could appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah, I would like.
on and everything. I appreciate you letting me come on up and say my little 2 cents.
You are welcome, SKR. You know that anytime. Thank you. And safe travels while you're driving or wherever you're going tomorrow for your friend's giving.
Yes, ma'am. I sure will. I can't wait to wrap my around a spoonful of dressing.
Girl. Oh, I miss my mama's dressing so much. Eat some for me, child. Because mine's didn't turn out like it's supposed to. Uh All right. Well,
Oh,
enjoy. Thank you again. And before I get to you, Z Chi, I'm gonna read a couple comments. Thank you guys again for joining me. We have 660 people watching. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure to hit that like button for me. And if you're in the bushes, drop down. We got about 30 more minutes. And let me go ahead and start with Val B. Val B said, uh Kimmy has given us zip. Went from monster to cancer. She could have told so much about her BC journey and dropped the ball. Black women uh under 45 have the highest rate of BC. What an impact. Yep, I agree. Missed opportunity for sure. Gloria, you put considering the way he is now, if Mel gets married or even just gets a boo, he will disintegrate literally. It won't be pretty. Rose, you put, I can't wait to see what Mel tells Kimmy why she didn't invite her to the ceremony after she said it was corny. But you want an invite? Really, Kimmy? Made by Chantel. Kimmy had events around breast cancer. Just wondering why they weren't a part of the show. Great point. She did have the bowling for boobies and a couple other things. And yeah, we haven't seen anything. I'm going to give my thoughts real quick. I think I said this before. We also got to realize that age is a factor here when it comes to Kimmy and her husband. And she's older, he's younger. I think Kimmy is more focused on, this is just my opinion. I think Kimmy is more focused on snapping back and being that sexy wife for her husband based off the fact that she's older and she experienced this health crisis and all of that. I think that she really want to show it is what it is. It was what it was, but I'm still sexy. I'm still this, and I still want sex, and that's just what I think going on. So, but great comment. We did not see anything else. Tennessee girl, you put they could have showed us the aftermath of Maurice's insensitive comments or something. It wasn't no aftermath. Maurice said himself what he say ultimately. That's what he said when Kimmy and Kiowa was there. Ultimately, he has the last. He makes the final decision. So ain't no backlash, chow. Um, Made by Chantelet. It has the worst. It has to be, I believe, the worst level of communication in that marriage for Maurice. Not to know if she's faking or not. The lack of communication is concerning. Well, a lot of women fake it. A lot of, my sister, my big sister said all the time, women need to stop all that oohing and ahhing if they not making you ooh and ah. So I don't think that he would have even known that she was faking it. And I think she was faking it well before this. Just my opinion. Red Ann, you put, I feel like Kimmy decided to not show what she was going through with cancer and sacrifice her health so she could have lighter discussions instead of people going in on Lemonhead for wanting sex. Great point. Great point. And then Journeyology, child, I'm gonna clap with you. I don't want to see another scene about Kimmy and her cootie cat obsessed husband. Enough. They need to about they need to talk about something else or hit the bricks. Totally agree. Great comments, guys. And again, thank you so much to SKR. And let's see, where are we? All right, we got Z Frenchie, we got Red and we got Good Bad Apple left. Z Frenchie, your thoughts on the discussion tonight?
Okay, first of all, we was talking about I'm just gonna say about Diddy. He just a monster. Every time I see a picture of him, no matter how far back it goes, he looks like the devil himself on all
Mm-hmm.
his pictures now. He's a monster, according to, in my opinion, and allegedly for the things that he has done. He's a monster. And that's all I got for Diddy because it's so much. I could talk for hours
Mm-hmm.
about that one. But okay, let's go to King. King, that little boy, so disrespectful. But I did watch something on YouTube today. I think it was a maybe something that was when King had acted out before, and Ti was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, I got to give it up to God." And then like I have done stuff to try to tell this boy and teach him and everything and everything. It's just what it is with him, and I'm gonna give it up to God. And life gonna have to teach the boy. Life is gonna have to teach him. Because I'm sure that T.I. and Tiny have been on it trying to tell him and teach him and lead and guide him in a better direction than what he's going in. But he just chooses to not do that. So they can only do so much and try to lead and guide so much. And at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, if King don't want to follow and listen, he not gonna do it. And so they can't keep, you know, being like over overdoing trying to teach him and then losing sleep themselves and then like just being like that could put them in a depression if they keep on trying and he don't listen, then they keep trying. That's gonna destroy their mental health if they keep and you can only do so much. That's all for King and his little disrespectful funny looking self. And
All right.
then I wanted to say something about Kimmy. I'm with all of y'all who spoke, and all of us who is looking at everything going on with her as far as the Love and Marriage Huntsville show. She has given nothing everything except for let's see if I can fix my cooch for my husband, quote unquote, because that ain't no husband to me. But anyway, the only thing she giving us is everything on how she can figure out how to please her husband and revive her little cooch. So that's all I got about Kimmy. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, of course, is Slow Tail Martell, Slow Tail Bald Head, whatever they want to call him. He is still delusional and in denial. Like, y'all see what he said in his commentary when him and Fletcher was having a discussion about Mel and changing
Speak
her
up a
name.
little, Z Frenchie. Speak up a little.
Okay, okay, can you hear me now? Is that
Yep.
better?
We heard you, but you were just still a little low. But you're good.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying Martell is still delusional and in denial. Because when he was having that conversation with Fletcher and they went to him on his commentary, he was like, it's just like make me feel like it's the end. Boy, how long y'all been divorced? You make it make you feel like it's the end. It was the end as soon as the divorce was final. What is you talking about? Why do your man work the way that they do? I don't understand. Like he just don't get it. He like that's why he date that girl who act like a when you look at her and listen to her and then see how she um acts in life, she make you feel like she a 16-year-old girl. That's why he seemed like he portrays like a 17, 18-year-old boy. That's why they still together. Mentally they ride in the same zone. She's 16 and he 18. Both of them has never grown up and he's stuck somewhere back in his childhood. Like he really got some childhood issues that he never dealt with. And then his mama always coddled him. So he it's a lot for him. And he's the narc part of him. Narcs are very charming. They all have a gift of gab. They are very good influencers. They will take your character and present it to your family and make your family believe that you are what they saying you are, which is always going to be negative because they narcs. But that's the gift that narcs have. They charming and they really can fool a lot of people easily, manipulate a lot of people. And so Martell is just stuck over there, and I, I, I wish those kids ain't have to deal with. But I do commend Mel for being ahead of everything when it comes to her kids and what she doing in life, and then that Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus video and all that. She need to stay ahead of the narrative because, like I agree with. I think it was two or three people on the panel who said that he will take that situation and try to say all negative things about what Melody is doing when it instead of telling those kids, look at y'all mama, she doing this, she doing that, she got these businesses, she got Sugar Mama got her business. He ain't gonna say nothing positive. He always gonna try to say something negative about Mel to us and to his own children. And that's the other thing about narcs. They only love themselves. Even when they got children, they don't have a lot of love for their children. They love them to a certain extent, but if it comes to the fact of loving themselves against loving the children, they gonna always pick themselves. They are never gonna love anybody else, only themselves. So I think that's
Great
all I
point.
really got.
Great point, Z Frenchie. And thank you for that breakdown on narcs because yeah, I agree. I agree with
Mm-hmm.
everything you said about that. Um and yeah, when you've dealt with that, you move differently. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You move differently because again, with them being so cunning and damn near just like one of they could be great actors. They put on a
Yep.
hell of a front. You got to be careful. You got to really try to see if you're gonna see some signs and all of that. And a couple people were speaking when you were speaking about that. Let me read. Well, Tyra put, I dated, but I still didn't bring a man around my home. I don't blame Mel for that. Ruthie put, Mel is doing the responsible thing. Glad she is taking her time. Tennessee girl put, Mel isn't confined. She's living her best life. Let's see here. Alf, I totally agree with this. She put, why are we assuming that she's confided? After what some stands pulled with the millionaire she met on vacation, I don't blame her for keeping her dating life confidential. Yes. Remember, they started emailing that man talking about they was millimeters and all of that. Nicole put, once she gets full custody of the children, then she can introduce a worthy suitor. In the meantime, she needs to continue to move in silence because Martell is too unstable, period. Sunshine said she agree that with SKR, she wants her to have the freedom to be her. But I agree. I think she does have that freedom. I think that, she's aware. She knows Martell better than any of us will ever think that we know him. And I think she moves accordingly when it comes to him. But I don't see her being scared to that extent. You know what I'm saying? We saw the
Mm-hmm.
fool following her in restaurants when she was having dinner with guys and all of that. So that just lets me know that she's open to the possibility and most likely is dating. Um, and then Gloria, your comment, and we're gonna move right on over to Red. And Gloria put, when I was taking chemo, I would be so sick. When I was driving, I would have to stop and throw up, and it made my bones ache. And see, this is what we're talking about. And I'm sorry you went through that, Gloria. It looks like you're done with chemo because you said when you were taking it. But this is what we would like to see. This is what Kimmy just did not give us, what she really went through. She just made it seem like it was a piece of cake to me. True Wisdom, you
Exactly.
put, we don't know what King has seen his parents do, but the word says honor thy father and mother. There is some hurt somewhere. I agree with that. I do. Yeah, I do. And I'm not saying that they didn't play a part in what he's going through, but I did write down while Z Frenchie was talking, King needs therapy. And Tiny and Ti need to make sure that happens, and they need to be right there with him. You know, why do you want to live this life so bad? Why do you want to be hood? Why? Why do you resent where you grew up? Why do you resent this lifestyle that we work hard to provide?
Exactly.
Yeah, great points. He needs some help.
So,
He's
and
not an
I'm
outcast.
sorry.
I agree with Ruth. What's that?
Oh, I was just
Z
saying I
Frenchie?
agree. I was just saying I agree with what you just said. The Bible says, honor your mother and your father, and your life,
Hmm.
you should live a longer life. But if you
Hmm.
dishonor them, and that's what T.I., when T.I. was saying, look, I just got to give it to God and let life
Yeah.
handle him, because
Hmm.
he could end up in a situation where, like the Bible says, you honor your mother and your father, that your life would be
Yeah.
longer. So if he get himself right, he maybe he won't find himself in a dire situation and hurt his parents, and they
Mm.
have to go through some stuff that that's gonna really hurt them.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. We also got to remember we're dealing with a kid, basically 19 years old. They go through the stage. We've talked about this before. A lot of
True.
these younger folks, they are know it alls. You can't tell them nothing. And I don't want, I don't think T.I. would ever allow it. I do think that T.I. is respected in Atlanta. But I don't want him to let him go to the streets. You know what I mean? Because that's the solution for a lot of people. All right, you want to get out there, I'm gonna go ahead and let you knock your head. Knocking your head today is much different. and it could, like
Right.
you said, be a dire or worse situation.
E-
So hopefully they can get
exactly.
it together. I do know that, yeah, he came out and defended his boy since all of this happened this week. They did an excellent interview with Complex. That's on YouTube. I believe that may have been shot probably a little before this happened, like last week or so. But it was good just to see their dynamic. They're a lot alike, Ti and King, a
Hmm.
lot alike. And he does have that type of relationship with his dad, sort of like he's a grownish type man, just their dialogue back and forth with each other. So
Hmm.
if you guys didn't see that, make sure to go to Complex's YouTube page and check
And
that
to
out.
QT. Also, I don't know if it was last week, but Ti just when Ti made a post as if this happened, they did that show after whatever happened. Because on the post he said we went through whatever we. I'm paraphrasing. We went through that, but guess what? It's always family, and it's always family first over here, something like that. So check us out on the complex, the Goat Talk, because I watched the show. That's
Okay.
what made me
Hmm.
watch
Okay, and see, I saw that what you're talking about, but I took that differently. So I didn't take it like they did it after. I mean, that was a really, really, you got to look at production and all of that. So what they went through this week was live, and in order for me, I don't know, in order for Complex to put that together the way it did with editing and all of that, I don't know. But yeah, it's still family over everything, even
Yeah, I was just
with
saying what he
what
wrote. He
happened.
wrote it as was like, go and look at us over
Hmm.
here because we right back together. Like, so that's
Yeah,
why he worded it as
yeah.
if it was before.
Hmm. And it was a really, really. Did you watch it,
Uh-huh.
Prosperity?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
I
I
enjoyed their
did too.
dynamic too. I did.
I was
Hmm.
like, I'm glad to
You
see
know,
them
I
that they
think
did.
that,
If it did happen afterwards, I'm glad they did bounce back. And you know what I'm saying? If that was the case,
yeah.
that it happened
Yeah,
after, if
and
anybody
right.
can do it,
If it
do it.
was after, that's definitely wonderful. Even if it was before, that's wonderful as well. But what I do know is the way that he went off about his boy with that at that nightclub.
Yeah.
He let it be known that's still his son, and their parents.
Yeah.
And you go through things as parents. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I think also, and then we're done, and we're gonna go to Red Ann. I think that King, like a lot of men, they may go through the, what is it called, the Napoleon complex, when they're short and smaller. So a
Yeah.
lot of them want to act tougher and all of that. I think he could be going through that as well. But his daddy don't play, and his daddy's short. His daddy stole on Floyd Mayweather, so that lets you
I
know
thought
he ain't scared.
King wants to be his daddy, and he trying to live up to that name, King, as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So hopefully they can get to him before anything happens. But I think that they'll be okay. I do.
Yeah, me too.
I do. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to Red Ann. Red Ann, your thoughts on the discussion tonight, and thanks again for joining me. And thank you again, Z Frenchie, for your
Thanks for
comments.
having me.
Hello, panel. How's everyone doing? Can y'all
Good.
hear
How
me?
are you?
We can
I'm
hear you.
Good. How are
good.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, First I want to say, as a parent of children that was, me divorcing, um, I dated for someone for almost 2 years. Never met my children. I was very intentional about that, and I'm glad I was because it didn't last. And
Hmm.
I didn't want to be put in a place where if my children bonded with this person, I would then have to explain to those children why he was no longer there.
Yeah.
So I don't regret it because I want to protect my children. You want to protect their emotional well being. So if that means putting um, your dating life or whatever on the back burner until they get to a certain age where they can better understand it. That's what mothers do, because mothers, we always sacrifice. We put our children first. It's no question. We don't think second about any decision that we make when it comes to our kids. Now, and there are some dads out there that do the same thing. I do know some fathers, single dads, that will do the exact same thing. But I don't think Martell has that in him. I ain't gonna say I don't think. He doesn't have it in him, because the way that this man has moved, the way that he's treated this whole situation that he has created, it's he doesn't care. He absolutely doesn't care
Mm.
about these kids' well-being. Yes, they were in therapy, but it was something that Melody paid for. What has this man done? He doesn't do any parties for them. If he does, we don't see it. He doesn't celebrate anything, but he always wants to bootleg off of what she does with the kids, and, wants to kind of put that impression out there that he was a part of it. Like the Destin trip. He yes, Melody invited him, but, you know, even in that situation, she was still thinking about him, his favorite pizza and all this kind of stuff. I wouldn't have done any of that. I would not have done any of that. But you give him an inch, he takes a mile. And that's how that man is. And he's going to always be that man. And she's always going to have that issue with him. Even if he moves on and marries someone else, he's still going to want to give that woman hell. He is. And when he stated, I think it may have been in season 1, that he came from Terry Heights. He don't want to go back to Terry Heights. The Fletchers came from the projects. Just because you come from the projects doesn't mean that you always have to continue to carry yourself and act a certain way, even though you were raised in the projects. And that's what Martell is given. Martell has never mentally matured. He's still moving through these streets in the dark, criminalistic, like he's still in the projects.
Hmm.
And that's solely on him. That is absolutely solely on him. I just feel like this man doesn't have it in him to be more than what we are seeing right now. This is just who he is. And he knows this is who he is. He knows that he's not capable of being anything more than what he is right now. What has this man truly done, minus Mel, since they've been divorced? What has this man truly done to show the world that he is a good stand-up guy? What has he done? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any respect for any men that will simply, for the heck of it, just the sake of it, cause grief to an ex-wife that you caused so much pain and gave so much pain and turmoil to, because you want to. That's the type of man he is. And he will never be blessed. That's the reason why this man is always going to be in a rut. This is why this man is always going to look stressed. He's always going to look like he just rolled out of bed. He's always going to look like that. He's always going to have that mindset. Always. And I'll be the first to say, oop, I'm wrong. Oop, the man has changed when I see a change. He has no job
Hmm.
except for what Melody has given him. What has this man done on his own. I'm waiting to see what Christmas is going to look like.
Nothing.
Really. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm really waiting. It's he moves and he wants to piggyback off of what other people are doing to get a little bit of something from this woman, a little bit of something from this woman, a little bit of something from this woman, hoping to make something magic happen for himself. And it's not. It is absolutely not. And I just hate. Tank reminds me a lot of my son because Tank is a junior, right? Isn't he a junior? Isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Mhm.
But everyone calls him Tank. That's how my son is. My son's a junior and um he doesn't want to be called a junior.
Yeah, I think Tank's nickname was always Tank, though. So I don't think that,
Mm,
when it comes to him, it's because
mhm,
he didn't want to be called that. That's what they've been
mhm.
calling him.
I think as the kids begin to get older, you know, you're not going to be able to shelter them from the inevitable, and that is everything that he's doing, everything he's saying. They will be able to see it for themselves, and they will be able to form their own opinion because it came directly from his mouth. He's not going to be able to say, "Oh, it was your mother. Your mother made me do this," or "Your mom said this," or "Your mom said that." He's going to be
Mhm.
held accountable for what he allowed to come out of his mouth, and he's going to have to stand on it. And I promise you, those kids are going to hold his feet to the fire whenever they feel the time is appropriate and they feel safe to do it. They're going to do it. They will do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. As far as Kimmy, I've said this from the beginning. I don't believe the chick had cancer. And I hate to say that. I really do hate to say that. But I just, for a woman to put her health even further at risk to appease a man's desires when you are in the fight for your life, no
Yeah.
respect, no respect for you as a black woman. None. None. Are you that desperate? Is your self esteem that low that you will put yourself in that type of space to make another person happy? I don't get it. I just absolutely don't get that.
Mhm.
I don't get it. I mean, you were, and I did. I really supported. I really liked Kimmy. I really liked Kimmy on the show. But Kimmy's not the same person that she was at all. Kimmy has changed. Kimmy, it seemed like she's lost her voice. She's lost her independence.
Mhm.
He's pretty much broken her down. Um, and she falls in line with whatever the Scots do. And that's not gonna go anywhere but a revolving door, a vicious cycle. That's what it's gonna do.
Mhm.
And I can only imagine how Jalen is feeling to see his mother like that. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch on King and Ti and all them. Um, I hadn't watched too much of that. I heard a little bit of something, but yeah, that kid has
Hmm.
always been off the chain. Yeah, but yep, that's it.
Great points. I'm disappointed too when it comes to Kimmy, and I don't, like I said, I don't want to circle back to it now after this, because if so, I think that it would only be because of folks saying that they've
Right,
always wanted more, you know?
right, right.
We've had women write in this chat, women write a part of my cutie crew that shared so much more
Mm-hmm.
about their journey with cancer than Kimmy.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Just
yes.
being real about it and not, you know, in the end, it's her life. She can do whatever, but I don't know if I want to say she playing in folks' face, but in a sense you are, because you're
Mm-hmm.
not doing what you're supposed to do with this type of platform. I'm
Mm-mm.
sick of even the thought of the cooch, or what Prosperity said, the lubrication or the lack of libido. Who wants to hear all that? Serious.
Right, right.
Even if she didn't go through all of that, I don't want to hear that. What else do you all have? And that's the problem. They don't, you know.
Ri-
So,
Right.
um, go ahead, Redan.
No, I was just saying right. I'm over Kimmy. I'm over her to
Yeah,
the point where,
yeah.
I'm real pissed about it because yeah, she could really be telling her story to women. I mean, you could
Uh
be
huh.
helping someone that is afraid to go and have a mammogram, who's never had a mammogram.
Hmm.
And they're probably looking at her and saying, oh, if this is what it's like, then I'm not gonna, I don't have anything to worry about, and I'm not gonna go and
Hmm.
do my self exams, or even do my mammogram. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just wild. You are a nurse. A
yeah,
nurse.
yeah.
Let me say it again. A
It's
nurse.
irresponsible.
Very,
Hmm.
very
Yeah,
irresponsible. Yeah.
yep. I agree. I totally agree. And yeah, keyword nurse, where she really could have honed in on a whole lot. So, it is what it is. Good Bad Apple, what an excellent comment backstage. Let me read this real quick. Black Rose said King wanna be like his dad, gangsta. And made by Chantelle said, I think Martell can change. But when you have women all over you, there's no time to truly reflect. He needs time alone to truly reflect. I agree with that.
Amen.
And most narcs,
Amen.
yeah, most narcs or most men that are like Montel, Lord Montel, you guys got me calling them all type of names. Uh, but most men that are like Martell, that's what they do. They go from woman to woman. So if one woman cut that supply off, they are immediately, most likely, they got another one. That's what they do.
You mashed up
Yeah.
Martell and Montez.
Yeah,
She
girl,
sure
they be
did.
saying Montez and cold, what y'all call a cold sore now. I be getting mixed up, child.
Hmm.
But great points, Red. And we are going to go ahead. Child, we didn't cross
You
the
were
3 hour
reading
mark.
you
I
were
didn't know.
reading Bad Apple's comment backstage.
Oh, I wasn't reading it out loud, but I can. But she's here
I
now,
thought
so
you
she can
were.
say it.
Oh.
No,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm sorry, y'all. I
that's
I
okay.
sometimes jot down my thoughts that I want to talk about or whatever. And I was waiting, but
Yes, no, that's
I'm
fine.
sitting here eating and I accidentally hit
No, that's
enter.
fine. I'm glad you did that. I didn't plan on reading it out loud because I was gonna ask you to go ahead and read it because it's excellent. Um, but yeah, go ahead, good bad apple.
Yeah, about King, I honestly feel like he is the way he is because of the crazy like lifestyle that his parents live. Y'all,
I've mentioned many times that I lived in Atlanta for a long time, and it is known like T.I. and Tiny are wild. Like they do some real crazy stuff, and like sometimes out in public. Um, they have a reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like they're very alternative. I'm not gonna really go into it, but I think y'all know what I'm getting at. But like people on Twitter, like they were like, um, they want people to like they're pretty much showcasing the difference between his older boys, the ones who look like him, and the way King acts, and it's like night and day. And I wholeheartedly believe that it's because Tiny is not their mother. Because those women, they didn't just get down for anything that T.I. wanted. You know, Tiny does whatever it takes to please T.I., to try to keep him, to whatever. Because it's been plenty of times where he almost got gone with his side chicks, you know. One in particular that she frequently had it out with was this IG model named Bernice Burgos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
And
remember
so
that. Mm-hmm.
Tiny indulges T.I. in ways that them other baby mamas would not. And I think King has seen a lot of that. I think King has seen a whole lot of things that them older kids did not see because they had different mamas. And that's, that's pretty much that in a nutshell as far as
But what about Deja? Let's not forget what Deja went through
Yeah,
when
of
he went
course.
to the doctor
Deja
with
was
her.
primarily raised by her mama too. Deja is not Tiny's daughter. And for
No,
most of the
no,
time,
Deja. Go ahead.
and for most of the time, she lived with her mama too. She didn't start living with them really a lot until they started having that show. And she was like a teenager. She was young. She was,
Right.
she was like, pre-teen to teen or whatever. But her mama
Right.
mostly raised her the first part of her life until they wanted to
Mhm.
start portraying this, this
Big
big old,
family.
yeah, this big old happy blended family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, and yes, he did mention like he goes to the doctor with her to make sure her hymen is intact and all of that. But how are you making sure your sons are intact?
Right.
And those two older boys are very talented. And they out here doing their own thing. They not really, it don't seem like they trying to live off their father's name or whatever. They doing a whole different type of thing than him. And so yeah, I just really feel like yeah, that's it because that's Tiny's kid. And Tiny is wild. Yeah.
Mm.
That's all I really have to say about that. But as far as Martell, like we already knew, like I said in my note, it was prophesied how he was gonna react. And like, who cares? We already knew he was gonna react like that. Let him do what he gonna do. If I was Nell, I just would not care. Period. But like, it baffles me how the peasant can look herself in the mirror knowing how active he is in, you know, um having something to say about his ex-wife
Facts.
and what she does in front of their kids or what she exposes their kids to because he don't care what she exposes their kid to. He don't care because
Mhm.
her kids have been exposed to some of the worst things that you wouldn't even things you you'll be like, dang, why is she doing that in front of her kids? That he don't care about none of that. But he has all the smoke and all the energy for Melody. Why is that? If I was her, I would be asking, why is that? But I'm sure she's not smart enough, doesn't have the wherewithal or the intuition to think on that level.
Mm,
It's crazy to me. It's
mm,
it's crazy to me, like, girl.
mm.
But
Can I?
Yeah.
look, I don't know if I see. I'm late. I got here real late, so I don't know what you guys,
Me
how much you
too,
guys
because I didn't get a
discussed.
notification.
But did y'all see the article from a couple of days ago that was written about male ceremony?
I
Uh-uh.
did. I saw it in her stories and with the link. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I find it so funny that the people who weren't invited,
Got
they,
something to say.
yeah, they decided, to mock it and call it corny and silly and whatnot. But the people
Mm,
who don't have a dog in the fight or whatever, they can look at it and see, oh, how nice it was, how beautiful it was, and how poignant it was.
hmm.
And I just find that so interesting, especially coming from women.
Right.
I You can expect a man to say something like that. Oh, that's corny. Oh, that's doing too much, yada yada yada. But for a woman, and yeah, it's just that's corny to me. For you to be mocking somebody's milestone in somebody's life, because that really is a milestone for her, another milestone, aside from getting divorced, taking
Absolutely.
back her
Absolutely.
name. And for you to mock somebody's milestone like that, to me, it is very self-reporting. It is
Mm-hmm.
self-owning. It is very self-owning. And that's pretty much all I have to say.
Well,
Mm,
you always come up here with your thoughts that just had me just thinking, okay? But I agree with it. I think had
Yeah,
it
I
been a
never
big
liked her from that day.
deal.
From day one, I never ever liked her when she came out of her mouth with, yeah, Mel is bougie. I was
oh
like,
yeah.
girl, okay,
Yeah.
you already self-reporting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it really wouldn't have been a big deal because had it been a big deal as far as Mel continuing on with the name Holt, I think that's something that she most likely would have done, when they initially went through the divorce proceedings. But with everything else that's come out, and I get it. She said God just told her change your name, but let's think about what's come out. Let's think about the actions that it seemed like Martell and Coleslaw had amped up. Yeah, I'm dropping that name for sure. And as I mentioned earlier, even with Coleslaw, calling the baby Holt. It's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
y'all can go and
Keep
have
that.
that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead and
right.
take that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and I agree. Male peep game. You guys know I always say that. So even when it comes to Kimmy with her comments or whatever, she peep game. And if she wasn't a game peeper, they would have been at the ceremony. So that just lets me know
Mm-hmm.
she know the deal. Period.
Right.
Yeah. But great
I have a
points.
question.
Good bad apple. Okay. Go ahead, Renee, and
Real
then
quick. Real
prosperity.
quick.
We're gonna take it
Okay.
final. Go ahead.
And it's I don't know. Maybe I'm in this by myself, but I really don't think I am. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that thinks that baby Holt on the other side maybe needs some speech therapy?
Mm-mm. You know we don't do that, Red Ann. I haven't. I try to stay away from the kids because this could go a whole different way. But I
Mm,
haven't heard him. I haven't seen him enough to make that determination.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
we got to remember, what is he? 2 years old or so? And I've heard him say
Oh,
complete sentences
I don't.
before.
I don't
Actually,
know.
he is. If Sugar Mama is about to be 5, he is about to
He's
be
about
4.
3 or 4.
No, he's a
Yeah,
year.
he's not
They're
4.
only a year apart.
Right,
Okay.
that's what I said. He's 2. He'll be 3
I
next
mean,
month. But
he'll be
yeah, we
right. And I
yeah he'll
was,
be.
and the only reason why I asked was because of when they were on the live.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
if he's going
you
on
know how
4.
I try to
Yeah.
keep it. So, time will tell. I guess that's the answer that I could give you. Time will tell.
Okay. There we go.
Yep. I don't think he's going on 4. Beautiful VIPT flame. I think he's going on 3. Is he about to be? Hold on. Sugar Mama is not about to be 5. Sugar Mama is about to be 4. He's about to be 3. Yeah. Thank you, Deshonda. Yep. So he's about to be 3. She's about to be 4. But okay, Prosperity. And thank you again, Good Bad Apple. Like I said, I love your perspective and how deep you are. I really, really do. First, before I let Prosperity go ahead and say what she needs to say, this was an excellent, excellent discussion tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much. We hit over 700. We still over 5, close to 6. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to get back in the flow of things when it comes to us having our discussions. So we'll be starting that next week. To the Cutie Crew, we're going to have a couple Christmas contests this month and a couple other things for you guys. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, Prosperity.
Hey, I just want to say the King situation, I think that is a whole thing, a whole rabbit hole, because I feel that they were so mad because he was doing that to them in public. Because when he told that man at Waffle House he could buy him and he minimum wage, I told him, "What are you doing fussing with somebody that works at the Waffle House? They don't have nothing to lose." And whenever he would get in
Watch the
trouble, they were always
language.
there, huh?
I said, watch the language for me.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. And they always took up for him. It was always that it was never his fault. It was, yeah, he not the only bad child in the world, and everybody else got bad kids, and it was okay when he was doing it to everybody else. But as soon as it was done to them,
Mm,
he want to put them in the headlock. That's when he want to start screaming, and
mm,
Tiny wants to. And the boy said in his message, just tell me if I was a mistake, if you felt like you should have AB'd me. Like, that is something deep rooted in that baby that needs to be found out, and his parents
that
need
is
to
true.
find it. Because all of the kids have said Tiny was always too busy running behind Ti to be a mother.
Mm,
Like, she's too busy worried about the Bernice Burgos of the world that may be on the tour instead of the time with her kids. I think King,
mm.
and I'm not taking up for King at all. That boy is bad, hard head, and needs some life lessons taught. But at the same time, we also got to get to the root of the issue. And his parents have not done a stellar job the whole way through. It was
Mhm.
always getting F's and barely graduating high school. Hell, he was barely graduating junior high school. So what's the? That's all I'm saying is they helped to become what he is. Uh,
Yeah, I do believe that, he said a couple things the other night. You know what I mean? There's some mystery or whatever he was saying. Your history is a mystery and all of that. And I can agree with you. Most times parents let these kids cut up behind closed doors or whatever the case may be. And then when it's done to them publicly, they have a problem. Not only did he act out with that, I don't know who got an echo. That's you, Prosperity. So I'm gonna mute you. Not only did he act out with the Waffle House incident, He also had that big blow up with Charleston White. So, yeah, something's going on with him. He's still a kid. He's 19 years old. So the blame and the fault doesn't lie completely on him. But I do think that he was privileged and sheltered, and he just does not want that life. You know what I mean? So hopefully, just like I said with the Fletchers, hopefully they can come together and work things out. That's the only solution. They need to make sure that that happens by any means necessary. That's therapy, whatever the case may be. But from what I can tell, the love is still there regardless. But you're right, Prosperity. Don't don't act like it's not an issue when he's doing it to other people. Also, don't forget the guy that he tried to get to do the one chip challenge and all of that. So this boy been acting out. Been acting out. So yeah. But great points, guys. We are at 3 hours and 30 minutes. I definitely did not think I would be going this long, but I missed you guys. I missed this discussion back and forth like we do, where everybody is sharing their thoughts. Shout out to the panel. Lady D Keys, BLS, Prosperity Thick Girl, SKR, Z Frenchie, Red and Good Bad Apple. I appreciate you guys for coming up here and making this conversation a tad bit deeper, because that's how it is deeper with other people and their thoughts. So I appreciate
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Kit
Shout out,
Kat.
are welcome. Again, to the chat, if you're not following the content creators, make sure to do so. And to my cutie mods, thank you so much for holding it down tonight. Chat, thank you guys. To all the cuties in the chat for really keeping this respectful. I love it. We are not always going to agree, and I love that, where we can have an open discussion and even a debate at times. I really do. So I appreciate you guys. Shout out again to the cutie crew. I will see you guys tomorrow. And Red Ann, I hope you have a great night. Prosperity, I hope you have a great night. And BLS, I hope you all have a great
You
night.
as
Thank you again
well.
for
You
joining
as
me.
well. You as well.
Thank
Likewise,
you.
glad you're feeling better too,
Good
Kit
Thank
night,
Kat. Good night,
you.
everybody. Good
everybody.
night.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. I will see the cutie crew tomorrow. To my sis, Pink Diva, happy birthday again, sis. I hope you enjoy your little weekend getaway and enjoy your family. Have a ball, create some memories, have a drink for your girl. That's another thing. I even stopped drinking hottie toddies. Maybe I'll make me one tonight. Deshonda, good night, sis. Thank you for the advice as far as our discussion. When it comes to this flu child, I'm going to get it together. Thank you again, Tyra. Jamie, have a good night. Beautiful VIT. Did I say Z Frenchie? I think I did. Z Frenchie was on the panel as well. Beautiful VIPT Flame. Have a good night. And yeah, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow, most likely for early power hour. And then I'll see my cutie crew tomorrow night. Make sure you guys have a great evening. And Pamela, you was a little behind in the discussion, but I saw your comments as well. Great discussion tonight. Teresa, I believe, time then went back. I believe it's 7 Central, which would be 8 Eastern and 6 my time. So it is scheduled. So if you want to check out the post, it is there. I need to go back and see if anybody put anything when it comes to hot topics, but you guys know how we do with the cutie crew. We just go with the flow. And that's what we gonna do tomorrow night. I do have a couple things that I'll be discussing with you guys as well. Okay, Prosperity, you going live? Okay, I'm gonna go warm me up a slice of pizza, and I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to Prosperity. For those of you that are late birds, what is it called? Night owls, early birds and night owls. I say owls funny. I say irons that you iron your clothes with. I say a couple words funny. But yeah, for those of you that are still up, gone over to Prosperity Thick Girl and join her for her live. Good night, sis. All right, good night, guys. I shall chat with you guys soon. Bye.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what next, then what next, then what next, then what next, then what next? The next session. So why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why,
I keep saying I'm going to make that longer. One more again. Have a good night, guys. Chat with you guys tomorrow.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what next, then what next, then what next, then what next, then what next? The next session. So why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why,